We got my man Lucky Sun Tzu in the great lighting spot.
Great lighting, man.
In the
It's
well.
that fucking seat,
Told you
bro.
yesterday.
Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, lights a game of chess. Drugs, guns, hooters got me on the run. Let me shine a little light. Yeah, baby, let's go. Hey, I am here by the skin of my motherfucking teeth, baby. Anybody that has ever fought an uphill fight, yes, we can. We can do this, man. You know, and we can overcome, we can rebuild, and we can motherfucking do this, baby. Keep grinding. Dr. Greenthumb, E-Zone, C-, Hall Monitor, long hair, hall monitor. You know what I mean? Hey, let's get this shit motherfucking popping, homie.
Hell yeah.
Fuck AT&T. Hey, I thought Spectrum, homie, was the ghetto motherfucking hood shit, dog. You know what I mean? But obviously AT&T, dog. I mean, how the fuck do you spell AT&T anyways?
It's
I mean,
boof. That's how you spell it. B-O-O-F. Boof.
Yeah, baby.
We got Hall & Oates, Skinny Pablo, and Colton Kilroy back there. That's right.
Yeah.
I seen the long hair homie. Is that Halton Oates?
That's
Oates.
That's Oates.
Oh, that's Oates.
Yeah.
AKA Skinny Pablo. Yeah.
Skinny Pablo.
Is he new to the whole system right here?
No. He's been around for a very long time. He's actually a very dope producer too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
he be putting some hella tracks together too.
That's dope. Well. So, do you guys have him on a lot where he's been talking lately?
Yeah.
Okay.
He did like we got so by the let's just say the last half hour of the show, right? We opened it up to the live chat. We call our live chat the Insane Asylum, right? And so he's the reader of the comments, the shout outs, the requests of the Insane Asylum, but sometimes he interjects during the show too.
Absolutely, and his vibe seems very, very politically correct.
Yes, well, him, I don't know. He's from an island. They're not as correct as others.
Maybe it's the tone of his voice. I mean, he seems like a very well brought up individual. Like he still has his mother and his father in his life.
Smoke and mirrors.
It's all about how you say it.
Like he had good parents.
Like he had good parents.
I'm sure he had good parents.
No, sometimes you see an individual and you're like, you know what, this dude was raised by some good parents. You know what I mean? He was raised with morals. But then again, you never know who the motherfucker is behind the closed doors, dog.
True
he
that.
can be a motherfucking super weirdo, super freak, super something that you don't want to fuck with.
Behind all that hair, dog, for real.
Yeah.
We got the hall monitor here. He don't matter.
Look at him.
No, that shot, no. We got Malparido, E-Zone up in here.
This some fire water for your chest, you know.
Yeah, salute, Papa.
I mean, goddamn, man.
You know what I'm saying?
What is this? What is this shit, Lucky?
Hey, so this right here, dog, this right here, hold on.
I gotta connect.
Clickety clank.
Do they say bad connect?
No, clickety clank.
Clickety clank.
Gotta connect.
So this Buffalo Trace right here, oh my bad, right here. I hope there ain't no COVID on this bitch because I just kissed this motherfucking microphone, dog. You know what I mean? But anyways.
Nah, we sterilize them.
Hey, thank you very much, dog. Hey, shout out to the people right now that are sterilizing shit in this motherfucking world. Once upon a time ago, we looked at these people like they weren't shit, but right now they are gods. And hey, shout out to you, motherfuckers.
For real.
Yeah.
He ain't lying.
Buffalo Trace, baby. I was watching the Joe Rogan show one time, a show that you were fucking, my G. You know what I mean? I watched that from beginning to end when you were with
Thank you, sir.
With Joe Rogan. Amazing podcast, good work. Who was what's homeboy's name? The dude from fucking the East Coast, the fucking comedian.
Joey Diaz.
Joey Diaz was on there, and he goes fucking Joe. He goes Joe fucking. He goes fucking
Travis
Joe Rogan.
cocksucker.
This is fucking amazing. If I didn't have to fucking drive today, I'd drink a whole fucking glass of this shit. And he said, what is it? He goes, it's Buffalo Trace, man. It's this, that. You know, fucking Joe Rogan give the spill about everything. Since 1932, this shit was whoop-de-whoop-whoop and this and that. Anyways, I said, man, this shit got to be expensive. You know what I mean? Joe Rogan's drinking
Right.
this shit. This
True.
is, I mean, this is probably
You would think.
You know, and I don't see these in the hood either. You know what I
For
mean?
real.
I don't see these in the hood. So anyways, young Luck right here went to the Stater Brothers, and what do you know, dog? Under $30, baby.
Stater Brothers.
Yeah.
And under 30, and it's good too. That shit is good.
It's a cross between a whiskey, I would say a Jack Daniels, dog, and a Hennessy, dog.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a little bit of that twist to it. I
does,
tell
for
you,
sure.
Joe be spilling game. That is for real. Like he will educate motherfuckers on some shit. That is for certain.
I mean, he can. Joe Rogan is crazy, dog. Joe Rogan can talk a gangster into wearing tantarans. You know what I mean? Like when Joe speaks, dog. Like for some reason, dog, the stupidest motherfuckers listen because this dude. I don't even know if he's bullshitting. Joe Rogan could be just blowing motherfucking hot air up all our asses, but it sounds legit, dog.
Right. I mean, it sounds like he does the knowledge, like to the shit he talks about. Like, you know, like you go on there and he, like whatever subject you fuck with him on, he knows it.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna be like totally like oblivious. I mean, he's a smart dude, man. I gotta give it to him because like he carved out a lane
Yep.
that is unfuckwithable. You know what I'm saying? It's that it's like no matter where he goes, it's like Howard Stern, right? Wherever Howard Stern went, motherfuckers followed him. And I think Joe is the same. Like wherever he goes, motherfuckers are just gonna roll with him. Cause they know he be giving up real spill. And some of it be outlandish. Let's like be 100. Some of the shit you hear is outlandish, but I mean,
Smoke some DMT.
yeah, smoke some DMT.
You know, bro,
yet.
I was fucking with the shrooms a little bit just recently. I was doing the microdose thing, and
That's the shit.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, my boy. You know what I mean? I'm a high-strung individual, dog. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to do everything in the motherfucking world right now. I'm trying to play catch up from all the years lost on the streets, lost in the motherfucking prison system and shit. And sometimes I'm wound a little too tight. But I noticed when I microdose. The next day, my G, I feel like the weight of the world is off of me, and I feel like $1 million, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, they need to legalize that motherfucking
It's supposed
that
to be
mushroom.
it's free
bro.
therapy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, more motherfuckers are fucking with that. Like,
Yeah.
we know a lot of folks that feel like they're in a whole completely different space because of microdoses. And like, it has opened up their shit. They feel better. You know what I mean? And it's been helping them.
Yeah.
It's just that some motherfuckers, you know, like they go beyond the microdose. They, you know, they'll start off microdosing. And they'll be, you know, I want just a little bit more.
Just a little.
And then all of a sudden, Papa, you you mecadecadose it.
Ooh, zooming.
Like Eric Bobo. Oh my
man.
God. You know, we learned about our homie.
How do you microdose? Do you take the pills or like do you get the candies or how do you do it? Because there's different ways.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, my G. You know what I mean? And that's an amazing question, Senor Izon. You know what? When you microdose, a lot of people are gonna say, you know what? Let me sell you these capsules. Let me sell you these 20 capsules
Yep.
for fucking $200. You know what I mean? And you know what? They're charging you for the labor that they did to take very little time, dog, to put it in these plastic capsules they got from China, probably from the Wish little app. I don't know where the fuck they got it from. But anyways, what I'm saying is, my boy, you know, is don't overpay for these motherfuckers' labor, dog. Just buy an eighth. I don't know how much an eighth is, you know what I mean? But just buy the thing, take little pieces off it, dog. You know what
That's
I mean?
how I started.
And nibble on that bitch, dog. And just say, you know what? You know what? All right, I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm
Yeah.
not too high. You know what I mean? You know? And so that's how I started doing it because, so check it out, dog. For years, dog, I smoked PCP, dog, Frios, all the above, dog.
the whole
Acid, you know what I mean? Sometimes I got homies, dog, that ain't never come back from the trip, dog.
Yeah, they don't snap
Yeah.
They
back
didn't come
from some of
back.
that shit.
It's
yeah.
like, whoa, where does
Those
Spanky
talk
go?
slow.
Spanky is gone, dog.
Spanky's stuck.
Spanky will never return to planet Earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know? But so I was scared, my boy. The other day when I started fucking microdosing, I was like a little
Scared
bitch.
to get stuck?
I was scared, dog, because I played with my life and drugs for so long, dog. And I know I'm a little burnt. I'll be the first one to admit. Sometimes I'll say some shit and I'll be like, what the fuck you doing, Lucky? That was stupid as fuck. You just called a fat girl a torta. They don't like that. And you said it to her face. And now you're tripping that she's tripping and your response is, well, stop eating.
But at least you acknowledge that.
100%, dog. I burned some brain cells, bro. But at the same time, bro, I've gained some brain cells.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In other areas. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I was a little worried about doing some of the microdosing, fucking with the shrooms, because I feel like I'm playing, you know, maybe I'm pressing the line too hard, dog. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, maybe I'll do this little dose and it'll be like, nah, Lucky, you done fucked up. We already gave you, we cut you a whole lot of slack, motherfucker. We give you life back. We give you a good job. We give you a family. We're giving you all these chances. Oh, you still want to fuck around? Pop. I'm stuck in another fucking planet, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Damn, this is before you took them? You were thinking like that already?
say that again?
This is before you taking them? You were already thinking that much?
Absolutely.
You got to smoke some weed before you do the microdose.
Yeah, bro. I was like, I'm over here. I was like, well, I hope I still could drive on this, but whatever.
Oh, man. But hey,
No. But
I like that, though.
No. Well, so you got to understand, dog. E-Zone is E-Zone. Lucky is Lucky.
Yeah.
E-Zone is lived the way E-Zone is lived, so you know what you know.
Yeah.
I know what I know,
Right.
dog. So maybe my track record, you know, I'm 44 years old, dog. Maybe my track record is a little extensive. Maybe it's a little stretched out, dog. Maybe I am walking on a thin line right now. You know what I'm saying, my G?
right.
You know?
I feel you.
Comes as we get up there. Yeah, absolutely.
No, but you got to know your limitations, and I think that's
100.
what it is. It's like, you know, okay, I've partied the fuck out, and I've changed this shit, and I've seen motherfuckers that haven't snapped back in.
Yeah.
They haven't kicked out of that shit.
Have you seen that, E-Zone?
Yeah, those fools,
Oh,
you could
yeah.
tell they used to like sound hard, but now they sound
Hey.
slow.
You remember
You know
when
what I mean? Like,
the Lakers won a championship in 1986, right? And there was a parade for said championship downtown Los Angeles. You know, me, Sandog, his brother Mellow Man, and T-Funk from Funk Dubious. We jump off the bus. This is before any of us are doing anything in music. We're, you know, still doing it as a hobby. We're fans. We're going to celebrate the Lakers, right?
baby.
And go Lakers, goddammit.
Woo! Let's go.
And there was these two pimps. They was straight up like in they pimp shit. Both of them was wearing white. One was wearing a green velvet, like fucking button up under his white vest with the white pants. And the other one was wearing the same shit but a different color shirt under that vest. But it was also velvet. And these dudes were straight up pimps who had just smoked a good one, bro. They were right there stuck in time in front of everybody. They were like, everybody was passing right in front of them, looking at them, like flipping out, like, what the fuck is wrong with these two motherfuckers? And they were on a good one. They were just stuck like this, talking to each other real slow, stuck. That shit was the craziest
scary.
shit I ever seen, bro. And I've seen motherfuckers on that shit. I never went that far into it. I've taken the acid and the mushrooms and all that shit, but not necessarily, you know,
Yeah.
those ones right there, man. That is another world. But, like, if you go too far on acid and mushrooms, you'll snap there, too. You could get stuck. I know motherfuckers that got stuck there, too.
Yeah.
And that's all. And just off of what you're talking about. I mean, why the fuck do we do this to each other, dog? Why does a pimp gotta have a purple suit on, dog? You know what I mean? Why do gang members gotta have tattoos on their face, dog? Why do hookers gotta wear miniskirts? Aren't we trying to? I mean, we breaking the law, right? You know what I mean? Why are we? You know what I mean? Painting these pictures for the police, dog, to come snatch us up. I mean, I guess life is just a big motherfucking game, dog. And every day we are all rolling the dice one way or another.
One way or another. The minute you step out the fucking door, these days most especially, you know what I'm saying? But we've been seeing shit like this for a long time. It's just now you got the cell phones and all that shit to be able to see the craziness.
Yeah, you don't even got to step out the door. You be like, you're about to go out and go do something. You know what I mean? And then you open up your phone and you see some crazy-ass shit popping off out there in the motherfucking world because nobody lets nothing not be unseen and shit. And you're like, you know what? I think I'm just going to stay home and watch a movie today, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, I mean, and sometimes it's not being a punk or a bitch about shit. It's just sometimes, you know what I mean, if the feeling ain't right, and maybe this is a
Right.
sign, you know what I mean? Like yesterday, you know what I mean? The feeling wasn't right. You know what I mean? L.A. ain't waterproof.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, me as an individual, you know what I mean? As a spirit being, right? You know what I mean? My inner fucking system wasn't working right. Why? Because I was still suffering from a hangover from motherfucking Saturday. Shout out to the 40-year-old motherfuckers, dog.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean? And hey, dog, where you
40-40.
yeah, well, you can't just get away with a hangover the next day, dog. It take me like 2 days, dog,
Yeah.
to shake a hangover off,
Damn.
dog. So yesterday when I came here, bro, I just really felt like I was driving and I was yawning. I said, why the fuck am I yawning, dog? I'm gonna be with the king, the legend, you know what I mean? Motherfucking Be Real, dog, you know what I mean? And I'm yawning on the way to his podcast. And then to top it off, I told you too, dog, you know what I mean? I woke up to cold water, dog, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, the electricity is off, you know what I mean? Why? Because this was a routine maintenance thing that they were gonna do. Well, thanks for fucking notifying the whole motherfucking neighborhood, you punk-ass motherfuckers. I bet they don't do that in Beverly Hills, dog.
No, they don't do that. They give them the fucking
They get
extra
sued,
heads up.
homie.
Oh, hell yeah.
They get sued the shit out of it. But in the hood, they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Oh, your kids are in school? Bop, bop. Not no more, bitch.
Yeah. So this shit is crazy the way it's getting ran right now.
Right.
It's some other shit. And, you know, that's why you got to just sort of keep your eyes open and be open too. Know what I'm saying? Because realistically, we're just seeing the beginning of all the craziness, man. This is going to be a new
real.
level of it.
For real.
As paranoid as motherfuckers are now, shit.
It's like
They need more weed in their diet. No boof.
I need more weed in my diet.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy, dog, is I'm a part of a union. Some of them are watching. I might get drug tests tomorrow after this fucking podcast. Oh, Lucky was on fucking B-Real's fucking podcast. We gonna catch him on a dirty test. That would be some bitch-ass shit, right? You know what I mean? But you never know, you know? But I'm a part of a union, my boy. I'm a part of an LA union, dog.
That's right.
And they say, you know what? You can't smoke weed, but you can drink your motherfucking liver away. Go ahead. You know what I mean? But if you smoke weed, we will reprimand you. We will punish you. You will, your paycheck will suffer. You know what I mean? You will have to do a bunch of shit. Fools that get caught smoking weed, dog, they got to go do drug rehab. Drug rehab for what,
Yeah.
my G?
For what?
Yeah.
But it's okay to take Valiums and Xanax and all these pharmaceuticals and shit, dog. Oh, it's okay, you know what I mean? We good. Matter of fact, they support our union or vice versa. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know the ins and outs of the politics of it, you know what I mean?
it is?
But let motherfuckers smoke weed, my G.
They would rather have these motherfuckers take those pharmaceuticals than fuck with the weed. Because the weed is actually going to benefit you. And the pharmaceuticals are eventually going to eat you up. You know what I'm saying? This is like the fountain of youth we smoking right here. Papa, you know what I'm saying? Keeps us
baby.
young.
Yeah, dog.
For real.
The shit they be trying to feed everyone. I mean, even the police officers, like you said, they're trying to give them those pharmaceuticals just to add to their fucking problems. Man, that shit don't do them no good, man. And more motherfuckers are put on to this fact more than ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, you got to see through the bullshit. Smoke more weed, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Leave those
I mean,
pills alone.
look what weed has done to you, dog. I can't imagine. I still blows my mind that you are 65 years old, dog. You know what I mean? Look how. Oh, look at. Oh shit! Did I just fuck up? Am I gonna get hit the eject button right now? That was a joke, dog. Come on, we smoking weed,
know,
right?
man. Come
But
on.
you know what? You got these dudes scared, dog. These dudes know their role. They all say, "Oh shit! You did not just say that." You know the last motherfucker that said that, what happened to him? Attention! B-Real's in the building, baby.
man.
Hey, I'm right there with them, dog. Hey, I'm right there with them, dog.
Hey,
Don't
that's-
get it twisted. I respect the OG right here,
But
dog.
hey, that's what I'm saying though. The weed make you look young, man. When I'm 70, I'm gonna look 50.
Absolutely,
Come on,
baby. Hey, nah, you look. Hey, my G, you look amazing. You look great. I'm just
Thank you,
fucking
bro.
cracking
Yeah,
a joke,
come
man.
on.
I know you fuck with it, dog.
You know we 100.
But
man.
I could not notice these dudes around me, dog. They almost fell out their seat. They're like, oh, you know what? You didn't read the rule book, Lucky?
No.
I thought it was funny.
Hey, look, we play the dozens here hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that was a good one right there. So that they all respected that one. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, that's good, dog. That's good. I'm reading it wrong, dog. I mean, I think about it. People think about it, dog. I'm a normal folk that's usually on the chat line, dog. You know what I mean? I get off of work around this time, dog. I get off of work around 3:30, so I always catch like a pop it.
piece of it,
And so
yeah.
every time you see me comment, my G, I am on the freeway fighting LA traffic.
I've
trying to get-
seen you.
Yeah, I always do it.
yeah.
I make sure I tap in, dog, to just show you my love and
Yeah.
and I fuck with you and shout out to the fucking Muggs fucking interview last week.
That was awesome, right?
Bro, to watch you and Muggs interact with each other was just like, if you were smart and you knew the motherfucking music, you shut the fuck up, you don't put nothing on the motherfucking chat line, and you watch that vibration right there, because that vibration is a part of fucking legendary songs legendary moments, culture changers, dog. You know what I mean? And so when I seen you and Muggs, was that the first time you had Muggs on?
On this show, yeah. He had been in the smoke box before, but this was his first time on the podcast. He was dropping gems.
He's a fucking G, dog. Muggs, homie, that shit. I stay in that fool's DM. He's like, fool, like, you ain't got no titties, you ain't got no ass. Get the fuck out my shit, fool. I'm like, dog, let's have a conversation, my G. You know what I mean? But he, you know what, dog? Check it out. Let's say this, dog. When you are, you look up to somebody, you're inspired somebody has affected your life somehow, some way, dog, you know what I mean? And then you finally hear the person talk, or you meet the individual. Now, that can really fuck something up, or that can make it greater, dog.
For real.
And I'm going to tell you, when Muggs got on, dog, I had an expectation of him. He looks a certain way, dog. You know what I mean? He puts off, his music is a fucking genius, my boy. You two together, oh my God, we already know what it is, dog, you know what I mean? But to hear him speak and the way he spoke was just like, it was legendary. It was amazing. I was not let down, dog. Shout out to DJ Muggs, my G, the GOAT, the Black GOAT.
Yep.
Let's go, baby.
Salute to the big brother, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Got to give him his all day. I think, in my opinion, he's one of the most underrated producers in hip-hop. He should be up there top 5, top 10 easily.
100.
Because, like, he crafted a sound. And a lot of motherfuckers wanted to, like, hitch themselves to that sound.
Indeed.
And man, he just, like, always taking it a different direction.
Yeah, man.
When you thought he was going to go here, he went way over here.
Yeah, man.
And
he'll give you the math on it, too. Like, why?
Yep.
yeah, and with a dude like Muggs, you said he'll give you the math. Like, you absolutely know there is math equations when it comes to that dude. This isn't no motherfucking simple fucking ABC, you know.
Yeah, no.
This is an equation. This is a motherfucking
He's like an architect of sound
my G.
in what he does. You know what I'm saying? And it's different than a lot of other producers. But I mean, all the greats have their own shit. You know what I mean? Dre has his own math. Premier has his own math.
Yep.
Muggs has his own math. Pete Rock.
Yeah.
All the greats, you know what I'm saying? They have their own structure on how something gets put together. And it's constantly evolving.
Yes.
Because of technology, one. And just because your ear, I think, changes and your vibe changes. So you're looking, you know, to communicate something different to folks. So in doing that, you know, you come up with new experiences on how to fucking put out this different vibration. You know what I'm saying? And he's one of the greats, man, because I'll tell you, when a lot of people thought, okay, he could totally make a bunch of hits and be on a commercial level of production, right? He was like, fuck that. I'm going deeper into this darkness. Are you going to follow me, motherfuckers? And motherfuckers definitely did, because this shit is always that, it's got that vibe. And, man, yeah, he's one of the most underrated, man. Salute to my big bro. He be getting it done on a whole other level.
Oh, man.
You know what I was tripping on when I was I like E-Zone, my G right here. You know what I mean? We had a good time when he came to the podcast and shit. E-Zone's a fucking G, and he was the most easiest fucking interview you can ever have, because you just press play and this motherfucker goes, dog. He don't fuck around. He can shoot the shit with the fucking with the big dogs, absolutely, dog. You know what I mean? And so when I saw him yesterday when I walked in when we had the fucked up internet popping off, and he goes, "Hey, what's up, fool?" And he reintroduced himself to me, dog. He goes, "Hey, E-Zone, the sober one." You know, anyways, I mean, do you feel a certain way about our interview, bro? Were you too fucked up?
No.
Okay.
What is it? Because that's the reason I had Xavier with me, because we had just finished doing one, and then we had got a fresh drop off from Craft Beer King, so we had been going in, and there was some new beer, so we didn't know exactly how high, and they were all 8%.
Yeah.
So we were just going in. So I came in there feeling good, and I was like, man. And then the vibe there was, when you your spot is dope, man. You have a nice little setup there, man. And it's like your people, you bounce off of each other. You know what I mean? But it's like you control that shit. But you have like the crazy. You had that one fool diaper boy fucking got tasered, and then then that fool had that nasty video.
And people were mad about him eating a shit
Shit
sandwich
sandwich.
on my
Oh,
show.
that shit was nasty,
B-Real was
bro.
mad at me about it. I know he
I
was.
was down
I
there.
felt the
Show?
vibe on the comment he left me.
I was not mad. You know what? I was
Yeah,
just
bro.
like,
You know-
wow, he
What
ate
happened?
shit.
I'm
Bro,
sorry.
you were mad at me. You spoke about it the next day. You said, what people will do for 1 million views. Look at this motherfucker right here. You know?
Yeah, him.
And I loved it, but I was like, you know what I mean? Like,
But that wasn't for you, though.
I
That
know.
was-
I didn't take it personal.
Yeah,
I didn't
'cause
take
that
it
wasn't
personal.
for you.
I didn't take it personal, but
It's what a motherfucker will do to get on.
Yeah.
you know what? He wants to be the next Steve-O, dog. He wants to be the next Steve-O. He wants to check it out. He reached out to me, and I told him this. I said, hey, Diaper Boy, I said, my G, this is your dream. You were a nerd in school. Everybody rejected you. Everybody hated you. Everybody tried to fucking pick on you, dog. You know what I mean? And then dude, this dude does the stupidest shit. But if you talk to him, he's one of the smartest motherfuckers you ever meet. He
Right.
will figure out that equation for you
Right.
with the homie fucking Muggs, dog. But anyways, dog, he just rebelled, got out of high school, graduated with honors, dog, put tattoos on him and said, this is my true spirit, my true being. He reached out to me and he said, look, you know what I mean? I'll do the taser because I put it out there first. Who wants to get tased on hood stocks? Because I like the outlandish,
Right.
crazy shit, dog.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
the dude,
yeah.
I'm the dude that laughs while you're falling down the stairs, holding my beer, picking you up, dog. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
I like that shit, dog. And so he said, Lux, I want to be this guy. And I said, my G, I'm going to try to make you famous, dog. Let's go, baby. And then he eats a shit sandwich and they're mad at me.
What the fuck?
That was like that. That
Shit.
was
Hey.
no. That was the build. That was the second time. The first thing was I was there. He got tased in the balls.
We're talking,
man.
wait.
Yeah,
We're
he
talking
got-
about literal feces.
Yeah.
Yeah. A shit sandwich.
I shit you not.
That
Well
shit's
said.
real.
Hey, bro.
That's some real shit
So,
right there.
shit.
so I got dogs in the backyard, and I feed my dogs everything you could think of. These dogs are not on a vegan diet. We are not fucking living in hipster hood or whatever they call it, fuck you call it. But anyways, my dogs eat everything and anything, leftovers, hot dogs, everything. You know what I mean?
And that's-
So these are different shits. You know what I mean? This isn't just dog food, grain, you know what I mean? Shit that dog food's supposed to eat. These dogs get macaroni, they get whatever's left off the kids' plates, dog, you know what I mean? So their shits are never in one piece. They're usually, dog, like a puddle of pudding or
Sloppy Joe. Sloppy Joe.
or like my boy Goot said, he said, ooh, that's a dookie.
That's a dookie.
and we put it in a sandwich, dog. We put it in a sandwich, and he ate it.
The whole thing. He ate
So
the
check it
whole-
out. No. But I'm gonna tell you
He took
this.
a bite.
He took a bite. It was a big, crazy. I'm hungry.
It was-
I smoke weed all day bite.
It was a big
Yeah,
enough
yeah,
bite.
yeah, yeah,
Bro,
I
that
saw
shit
it.
went through half the sandwich, and
Yo,
that
this
I
real?
was 100%
This is
impressed
real.
with that.
So how? Okay,
impressive.
wait. How did he feel? It's
impressive.
How did he feel later?
You know what, bro? He felt like he fucking. I believe he felt amazing, dog. And I believe he felt amazing. Why? Because he is one step too closer to his dream, dog. The way we feel and the way he feels is two different things. This is who he is and who he wants to be, and this is you know what I mean, right? He's right now at home, fucking going over a bad relationship. I'm putting his business on the line, but it's all good. He has all over Instagram some crybaby shit, dog. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, dog. You know what I mean? And you post one more post like that, you ain't gonna be at the next podcast, my G. Stop that shit, man up. You know what I mean? There's plenty of fish in the sea. Crying, dog, bad, bro. It's embarrassing, dog.
Yeah,
I mean,
what
people
is
are messaging me and they're like, "Hey, is he gonna commit suicide?" And I'm like, "Well, I hope not, but I'm busy right now. Holla at you later." No, just fucking around, dog. I actually reached out to him, dog. You know what I mean?
He's all right.
What a shitty
He's going through it.
situation, bro.
Yeah.
That's some fucked up shit right
My
there.
mind is blown right now.
His breath was blown, dog.
His breath, I
We
would
kicked him out.
imagine.
As soon as he did that, we said, "Get the fuck out." You know what I mean?
It gives that, you know, meaning like, man, your breath smells like shit. Some new meaning, right?
I don't know if I should give you toilet paper or toothpaste.
Oh man.
God damn it, dog. You know what I mean?
Hose.
But so anyways, yeah, so, you know, it would have been nice to got a lot of views on that, dog. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And B-Real says, you know, what people are willing to do for the fame, basically, right?
Yeah.
You know? And as you've noticed, they will do anything. I'm sure
They
just
will.
eating a shit sandwich is just not one of them. I mean, there's females in there that are, you know, almost selling their fucking bodies on on Instagram, dog.
True that.
Unfortunately, dog.
OnlyFans.
I hope I don't ever see none of my daughters doing some crazy shit like that. I beat their motherfucking ass,
I would
dog. You know what I mean?
imagine. I would imagine as bad as a shit sandwich is, there's shit that's much worse than that, and motherfuckers are doing it.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine you get older and shit, dog? You know what I mean? And you were you were just a bad guy with females all your life and shit. Then God gave you fucking 5 girls, dog. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, God damn it. And I'll be like, God, you a dirty motherfucker. You know what I mean? They'd be like, payback, luck, payback.
Payback. You start hearing James Brown. Doom, doo, doo. Fuck, that would be fucked up. You get a soundtrack with it.
Yep.
You get the soundtrack with it too.
Can you imagine? I mean, at that point in time, right? That point in time, say that point in time comes for me, dog. You know what I mean? There will be a life soundtrack. Like, Siri, play Rocky Anthem while I go to the market. And people see you walking by and they hear your soundtrack. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, that's a cool soundtrack. Or you got some people like, that's a stupid as fuck. That's old. Get a new one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the future's coming, my G's. The future is coming.
That would be funny. That's like when remember what was it fucking called? It was something Keenan Ivory Wayans did. What was that fucking movie? I'm gonna get you sucker.
I'm gonna get you sucker. Yeah.
Every hero has a theme song.
Yeah.
And they had the band roll.
And I've never
Man,
seen
roll with it,
theme song.
Hey, can you imagine, dog? The hoodies walking down the street, and you see them. They got the makeup on. They got the Sharpie popping off, dog. You know what I mean? They got the whole the it hookup. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden you hear, me so horny, me so horny. Oh no!
It makeup.
Everybody got their walking theme song. That would be hilarious.
Damn.
That would be, you could, kind of gauge who that person is by their theme song.
Yes.
What would your theme song be? We already know Bobo said "Staying Alive."
Staying alive.
That's it. That would be
So you guys had this conversation already, then? Huh? That's
not
dope.
that particular
Yeah.
one. See, Bobo shit was like, okay, we were talking about boxing, and we were talking about boxing because we had her name escapes me right now because I'm fucking high, and
We had a female boxer on here.
yeah, we had a female boxer on here.
Oh.
Sanisa Estrada.
Yes.
Right?
Ooh.
She got hands.
She's watching right now too.
She-
She was like, "You motherfucker,
You
know what I
motherfucker
mean?
better
She
remember
started
my
hitting the
name."
bag and shit, dog. You
And
know?
I got it. But we were talking about
You got it.
Sanisa Estrada, right? And I think we were talking about walkout songs, right? And we asked Bobo, "Hey, Bobo, if you were to walk out, if you were a
Right.
boxer, what song would you walk out to?" He said, "Man, I'll walk out to Staying Alive."
Staying
The
alive.
fucking Bee Gees.
Bobo.
Imagine that.
That would be dope, bro. I mean, that would be very upbeat, and it would probably people would walk by Bobo, and it would give them a little positive vibe, and say, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
I hope
I'm
you
gonna
stay
change my
alive.
theme song.
And
I
thematically,
I hope
you
you
know what I
stay
mean?
alive.
Yeah.
And theme-wise, staying alive. Bobo just wants
Yeah.
to stay alive.
He just wants to stay alive in that ring.
Hey, yeah.
Dude.
Absolutely. I mean, don't we all, right? You know?
Right?
And don't
Yeah.
we all? Even when
Yes.
we're fucking drunk, fucking flying down the street at 130 miles per hour, we still want to stay alive.
We wanna
I mean,
stay
we just,
alive, yeah.
We just pressing the motherfucking lines again, you know?
Yep. Over the line! Yeah, we
Dude.
go way over it sometimes, right? Shit.
Yeah.
I think my walkout song would be "Bombs Over Baghdad." Outkast.
Bombs Over Baghdad.
Outkast.
Your theme song, not walkout song.
Or
theme
a
song.
theme song. Yeah, that's it.
would
Everywhere
be
I go.
it?
Yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. Every time you go somewhere, let's go.
All right. Okay. I'm interested. Hall Pass. Hall Monitor.
Phil Collins, bro.
Phil Collins.
What, for my outro song?
No, your theme song
your
as you
theme
walk.
song. If you were walking down the street and a song could play for you.
Oh, Flash. Flash Gordon.
What?
Queen?
Yeah.
Flash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Defender.
He sings that shit all the fucking time, bro.
That's your theme
That's a
song.
cool song, though.
Fuck yeah.
I'll give you that.
What?
Whoa.
For a theme song.
Uh,
for-
but,
for-
I mean,
for-
that's Flash Gordon's theme, but I'm saying,
All
yeah.
right.
That shit's dope as fuck.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, love?
I was gonna say, bro, I don't know if you're heterosexual, bisexual, trisexual, or some shit like that, but if females see you walking down the street with that theme song, dog, you know what I mean? They're like, oh no, he ain't looking at me. You know what I mean?
Flash. Yeah.
Yeah,
Flash.
when I play Call of Duty, that's definitely like when you're flying in Warzone, yeah.
I mean, Queen is dope, but I don't know.
I don't know
Sing
why.
the song
I don't
again.
know
I might
why.
not be 100% familiar with the song, but the way you sang it right now, dog, makes me feel like I am familiar with it, dog. You know what I mean? I don't know.
You never seen Flash Gordon in the
it's
movie?
I've seen Flash Gordon in the movie, but it's shit.
It's
that's
that
been a million
theme
years.
song from, but
Sing
Queen
it,
did
sing
it.
it, sing it, let me hear it.
I'm not singing it.
Can somebody sing it right here? It's your
No.
song. Would you sing it?
Oh,
No,
I'm a singer now.
Because
No.
there's a couple parts to
Why
this.
do we not have no singers here, bro? What the fuck?
Why don't you sing it?
They're off on a holiday today.
Oh, okay.
So there's
Hey, homie sounded like my lady right now. He said, "Why don't you sing it?" Yeah, I mean, she does that to me all the time right now. No, I'm just fucking with C minus. My bad, dog.
So there's two parts to the song, right? There's the aggressive part. It's very theatrical, right?
Yeah.
He's fucking riding in on his goddamn ship, and it's it's an aggressive part, and then it gets into this ballad style fucking thing. So it's a complicated fucking
Is it a
song.
manly song, or is it kind of like you just have to be familiar with Flash Gordon and you understand it?
yes.
You understand it on another level.
It is. It's just a complicated song to be a theme song,
What kind of vibe would that give off? Let me ask you that.
Comic book geek.
Yeah.
Comic book
Yeah.
geek.
But for the people that know comic books, for the people that don't know comic books, that just know EBT, PCP, and a whole lot of crying babies,
Then
dog.
it sounds
You know what I mean?
animated.
Yeah. It's like a movie theme. Like you're
Like a
watching
movie
the credits.
theme, old school. You would think old school movie theme or old school TV show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah,
you, bro.
Queen wrote this song for this movie, Flash Gordon.
Old school TV show. Shout
Yeah.
out to Jack Tripper.
Yeah, Jack Tripper, man. Salute, rest in peace.
Come and knock on my door. Is that it?
Something's waiting for you.
Yeah, baby. Let's go. Game time. Shout out to all the little young motherfuckers watching right now. They're like, these are old ass dinosaurs, dog. You know what I mean?
Hey, they got to learn from somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is how information gets passed down, dog. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah. We be
Right.
talking some old shit sometimes, and they get put onto some shit, and then they go check it out, and they're like, oh, I saw that. That shit was actually cool. But we be random as fuck over here, too.
I'll be random as fuck in just life sometimes, dog. You know what I mean? Like, my randomness sometimes is just like, I need to turn that motherfucking level down, dog. You know what I mean? But I guess it's just, it's not a bad trait to have if you're, having conversations, having a good time, smoking, drinking, chilling out with the big dog C minus right here. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
It's just, it's cool to have random conversations and just fucking touch all kinds of corners and within a motherfucking hour, baby.
I mean, that's how motherfuckers get put on game sometimes.
Hey, you seen that shit that they're gonna send to? I know it's random as fuck, but you seen that shit that they're gonna do to the moon? Like this, we're sending like 6 million samples of jizz to the moon.
The fuck?
Why?
Why do you
I
have
don't
these
know.
things
Like
on,
it's
man?
Yeah,
it's
it's the most random shit.
That is pretty fucking random.
yeah. Like I was like, and they're saying in case a catastrophe were to happen.
They got,
And this is some
okay.
real shit. I looked
Alright.
it up, and I was thinking, I was like,
You
yo,
looked it
speaking
up.
of random shit, I was like, yo, they first of all, there's so many
You gonna
questions.
you gonna send some?
No, I imagine they already have their
You gonna
samples.
send some?
But it's just like people are just gonna
Only
send the
tried.
shit. You could be like, yo, I nutted on the moon.
Are you
Yeah.
are you sending some or did you send some?
It's scientifically, do they choose the people? You know?
Oh, okay. You
Yeah.
didn't get chosen.
No,
huh?
definitely
No,
not.
I would imagine not.
You
know.
just see a gingerbread man floating through space. You'd be like, "Yup, there goes his own." You know what I mean?
No, and then like they're what is it? They're supposed to bury like a seed of everything that is like you're able to grow like to survive. I guess like like for food and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a lot of questions, man. Who the fuck is funding this shit?
Wait, well, hold on a second. Let me just call up Joe Rogan right now.
I'm just like
Joe
what are you
knows.
doing?
like we could have like
I wish I had it like that.
with
That'd
all
be
that
dope.
fucking money, man. You could have just been like hey, everybody get some free healthcare, dog.
Hey, if you have Joe Rogan's number, that's like a number to God, dog. You know what I mean? Like, bro,
you
I'm
want-
gonna
yeah.
call God right now and find out the truth about this.
If you
God,
want to know something, you know what I'm saying? You want to know? Call Joe.
call Joe. Huh?
He puts you on ignore. After the second call in the month, you don't have no time for
It's
this,
like,
bro.
what the fuck?
I mean, questions from me to Joe would probably be just very fucking ridiculous, dog. You know what I mean? Compared to just his fucking mental fucking mind state, which is fucking just the universe itself. You know what I mean? I would probably sound like an idiot. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even. You know what I mean? I guess if I had a conversation with Joe, I would just be an idiot, dog. I'm good at that.
Yeah. Yeah. You would have to have something specific to ask him, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, we'd have to. Most definitely go down.
it could be random.
It could be random with him. Could it be random? I mean, you
I
sat
think so.
down with him for a few hours and had that conversation.
I mean, it felt like in and out, structure and some randomness.
Yeah, and that's the art of conversation. though.
Yeah, I think so, man. I mean, it can't. Like, here's the thing, right? When motherfuckers like us do this podcasting shit, we don't do it like people that went to broadcast school, right? They're taught to like have a certain line. You ask these same questions to everyone. They're like, it's like 10 have to ask questions, and it becomes a goddamn it's like a contrived conversation because you already know what this motherfucker's gonna ask. He asks it every fucking time. And with our shit, it's just like a regular conversation amongst homies. There's not necessarily structure to it, but it goes somewhere. Where they're always just trying to lead on information. Is okay. So where'd you come from? What inspired you? How do you feel about this? And what are you gonna do next? You know what I'm saying?
I think there's I agree with you, my G, 1,000%, and it depends on the individual because there's levels to people and their careers and maybe what they've done in life that's been noticed and what's been unnoticed compared to the unfamous person, the dude like me from the neighborhood. You know what I mean? I'm known on the streets, but I ain't known on the fucking big screen road like you are, dog.
Right.
So when I have dudes like myself, the normal folk, you know what I mean? I just, it's not an interview, it's a conversation. We're going to catch a vibe, and we're going to fuck with it, and hopefully it goes good. But when I interviewed you, my boy, you know what I mean? When I interview you, my boy, now I am interviewing a fucking alien from my world, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I got to treat it accordingly, my boy. So when it came to you, you know what I mean? Like, because you know what I mean? I'm a fan. I'm a supporter.
But you didn't ask the typical questions.
But like you said, because I didn't go to broadcasting school, and I'm not the typical motherfucker, dog. Right?
Yeah, but I think that's what makes it so fucking dope, though, because you're not asking those simple ass questions that those dudes have to ask. They can't really get the interaction that you get, is what I'm saying, because your shit is more organic, and it's not by that fucking generic ass book that they go by. You know what I'm saying? I think you get more out of motherfuckers is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a real conversation. I mean, if I am interviewing you, like, no pressure, my G. It's just luck right here, big dog. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're going to clown. We're going to laugh. I'm going to bag on you. I hope C- bags back on me. You know what I mean? Like, we shoot the breeze, dog. You know what I mean? We have a good time, just like the fellas do when we can be out in B Real's parking lot right now, and we were fucking smoking. We were drinking. We were happy to be here and shit. And we were just having a fucking 100% just a homie random conversation.
Right.
And those are the best ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those are the best ones.
Yeah. And we just happen to be, we're doing it right now, but we just happen to be mic'd up and motherfucking got all these gangster-ass cameras right here.
Word.
And the studio is badass, dog.
Thanks, bro.
Shout out to this spot, dog. I mean, I'm over here taking notes and shit. I feel like I'm infiltrating right now. He uses this, okay? You know what I mean? And I'm writing it down on my shit right now, dog.
When I go to certain spots, I do the same shit. I just analyze. Okay, I gotta have that. Yeah, same thing. You know what I'm saying? Always trying to figure out how do I make it better.
You know what's a trip, bro? And you gotta love the levels, dog. And whatever level you are, enjoy that shit right now, dog.
True
you know
that.
what I mean? Enjoy your level you're on right now. You know what I mean? Don't be envious of the next dude because where he's at. Because if you keep on working hard enough, you will get there too.
True
you
that.
know? But so I've done 3 podcasts in the past week, dog. You know what I mean? I did West Coast Graffiti. Shout out to my boy West Coast Graffiti, dog. Yeah, I went to a trailer park in Long Beach and did that podcast out of a trailer park, my boy. You know what I mean? Incredible Javier. You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy Incredible Javier. You know what I mean? I went to his crib. You know what I mean? And we did it in a motherfucking garage. And it was and both of those spots, dog, had a vibe, and they were amazing settings. And you know what, dog? It's the same thing. It doesn't matter if there's high equipment or whatever level you are, your budget is to you film on and shit. If you have a good vibe, it don't matter where we at and shit. If the frequency's right, baby, we gonna get this shit popping.
That's real shit right there. Doesn't matter where you at. It's the vibe.
True that.
And that depends on the motherfucker that, is conducting the shit.
100.
It could be a great vibe, or it could be like, all right,
Or lack of.
let's just do this. You know what I'm saying? But when you make it interesting, man, and you make it fun and funny, that's everything, man. Because
Right.
you motherfuckers let their guards down, and they're like, all right, this is a real motherfucker. We could chop it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's everything, man. And sometimes that old school guard, that old guard, they don't got that part because they're used to doing it this one way. Word, so It's
I mean, how do you mean? How do you mean? The last part, I was on you right now. The old school guard.
the old school guard, like the folks that learned how to broadcast a certain way and conduct
you.
an interview a certain way. It's harder for them to capture that type of vibe.
But it's not harder for E-Zone, because didn't E-Zone go through that schooling?
I wanted, yeah, I got a BA in communication.
Okay, and so I want to say something real quick, and I wanted to say it earlier. So what I was fascinated by too with you and Muggs' fucking interview, bro, I was fascinated. I got fixed on E-Zone. Now I don't know if I got too high in the truck on the way home, but for some reason I got fixed on E-Zone's fucking vibe, and I said, you know what, E-Zone is doing everything that I would have been doing if I was sitting between Be Real and DJ Muggs. E-Zone wasn't saying motherfucking shit, homie. You know what I mean? You know, and sometimes I don't give a fuck, bro. And I'm not talking shit. I'm saying
it's
I would do this. I do
you
the same
gotta know.
thing. Sometimes you gotta be a fly on the wall and shut the fuck up, dog. You know what I mean? And in a place like that, bro, as much as I like to talk crazy and have a good time and shoot the breeze, dog, I would have shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean,
And listen to these two kings right here, dog.
there's like related. I mean, there's stuff that you could relate to, and then I guess you could just you'll say shit that's obviously if it's relatable to you, and then you'll get something here and there. But it's like just the whole fact that I've never met Muggs like that, so it's like I wanted to know what kind of person he was. So it was more of a learning experience too, And it turns out, he likes a lot of the things that I enjoy too: alcohol, joints, and music.
Well,
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's usually a good trifecta, dog. To keep
I mean, but he demonstrated it, bro. He was over here drinking. I was like, all right, somebody else is drinking as much as me.
He was drinking.
I mean, he can hang.
He
can hang.
came and said, you know what? This is what the fuck I'm doing today.
Oh yeah, he could do that.
You know what I mean? Like you say, sometimes I hate when I get individuals coming to my podcast and this is not what the fuck they're doing today. But I get it. Life, you know what I mean? You got schedule, you got to do other things and shit. But nothing more than I love. I had San Warner on the other day. I mean, if you know her work is all over fucking LA. You know what I mean? Shout out to San Warner for coming on the podcast and shit. You know what I mean? And she came through and she fucking filled up a cup of motherfucking tequila, homie. She filled up a fucking cup of fucking pineapple juice with motherfucking ice and lemon in that bitch. And she said, what's poppin', homie? You know what I mean? And I said, oh, she ain't got nothing else to do today. We're going to have a good interview. We're going to have a good conversation.
Yeah, it opens it up.
Yeah.
A couple of sips or a few sips or a couple cups, and this shit opens up, man.
How do you like that Buffalo Trace?
Shit is good, man.
Yeah.
It's smooth.
After the first one, like, cause I'm not, it is kind of like Hennessy and bourbon. Mix.
It is, right, doggy? Yeah.
Yeah, like after the first one, it gives you, it becomes a little bit more smoother. You know what I mean? But it's like it's at first it's definitely has like that smoky taste with every sip. You could the water helps a little. I mean the what is it? The ice helps. It's good to let it melt down a little.
You know what, bro? I hope and it's gonna sound stupid for me to say this, but I hope no major liquor ever sponsors me, dog. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be fucked up, dog. They're giving me free bottles and they paying me to have this on my podcast, dog. Man, you know what? My girl hates it about me sometimes, dog, because sometimes I don't have no ceiling, you know what I mean? When we going, you know what I mean? And sometimes I get a little reckless, dog, even to my old point in the shit that I've learned in my life, what to do and what not to do, you know what I mean? Maybe sometimes we a little wild, right? You know what I mean? And sometimes the alcohol doesn't help it and shit, dog.
Yeah,
but,
no.
But anyways, I mean, have you ever been approached by anybody, my boy, to like a big brand to sponsor the podcast?
Not like a big brand or anything like that, and I stay picky too.
Yeah, well, it's Dr. Greenthumb, dog. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, come on, my G, you are the brand, dog.
They,
you know what I mean?
people send shit more than anything. They figure we're gonna crack it open either way, and we do.
Yeah.
So but no, yeah, it's like
Let me ask you a question. When was the last time, homie, you bought a T-shirt or a hoodie or a hat, dog? You actually paid money for it. When was the last time you did that, dog? Maybe never. Go ahead, say it.
It's I still buy some of my own shit, but I still get a lot of shit. Like I donate a lot of the stuff I get because it becomes too much. When I didn't have shit, no one wanted to give me anything. When the minute I started, having a name for myself, that's when motherfuckers want to give you something.
Talk your shit, my G.
And that's real shit. So I still buy my shit because I know, people live off of motherfuckers buying their shit, buying their products and stuff like that. But definitely I got a whole lot of shit that comes in terms of hoodies, hats, and T-shirts. More than anything, hats. Like, you could call me the Mad Hatter, my G. I got, like, hats for days.
I believe it. You probably got a whole garage full of them motherfuckers. Dog.
I donated a quarter of them, and I still got too many. I got to give away more of them, man. That shit is crazy.
I think
But-
that sets the standard, though, man. Like, when you, like, even if you didn't have shit and you're still buying your own shit, even if, and then you get popping or whatever and you make it, then, like, you're still out there buying the shit. It's like, hey, man, that just lets them know. It's like, hey, man, my shit's not for sale. So if I really fuck with you, it makes it genuine, you know?
Yeah, for real. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely, and it does make it genuine, dog. You know what, bro? I wanna speak on this real quick, and I know it's a little bit of old news, you know what I mean? But it just reminds me of the subject we're speaking on right now, which is brands. You know what I mean? Burner had cookies, and during the BLM protest, which I was out there, I was on the streets of LA, I was protesting, and a lot of homies say, "Why you protesting? Boo, woo, woo. They don't support us and this and that." No, homie, all this shit trickles down to us. Shut the fuck up, dog. Educate yourself,
Real
my
shit.
G. You know what I mean? And then some of these cats are probably talking that shit because they ain't never been through the motherfucking system and know that the blacks get beat just like we get beat and so on and so forth. But anyways, Burner store cookies, I think it was on Melrose or
Yeah, the
something like
Melrose
that.
store,
It
yeah.
got broken into, dog. Who did it get broken into? It got broken into the people that pick you up. And that's a testament, dog. The people that pick you up are the first people that put a bullet in your motherfucking head. But Burner is just a cool guy. I've never met him in my life. I watch him on Shea 45. He does some shit with Lord Sear on Wednesdays, you know what I mean, where they take calls and, and ideas and shit like that. And I love that segment. I always catch it, dog. You know what I mean? Burner seems like a very humble, cool, calm, high as fuck motherfucker, dog. You know what I mean? He's not tripping on a lot of shit. But even he put a post out and he said, "Hey, you know what? It's all good, guys." You know what I mean? This isn't word for word. You know what I mean? But he said, "You know, it's cool, man. You guys broke into my store and stole all my motherfucking shit. You know, it's cool. You know, I get it." Bye bye. Nah, homie, that shit ain't cool, dog. That's bullshit, dog. Fuck that. They should have seen on Melrose and they said, "That's cookies right there." Yeah. So what if he's $1 million company and shit, dog? He fucking with you. You fucking with him, dog. That's a fool from the streets, dog. Leave that motherfucker alone, dog. But instead, they broke into his shit and took his motherfucking shit. That's bullshit, dog. When he put that post, I said, "I get, Burner, who you are, dog." But I commented on that, and I don't know if you ever seen it, dog. But I said, "Nah, Burner, that's bullshit. Fuck them cats, dog."
yeah, it was terrible to see that shit. I mean, because there was even footage that floated around on that shit, and to see, you know, them running through the building like that, man, that was tough to see because, I mean, he is a cool dude and he fucks with his people and you know, he definitely interacts with the base that is, you know, the cookie fan base and all that shit, even with his music and all that stuff. So to see that, man, that is tough, you know, and it was some bullshit. And it's crazy because a lot of motherfuckers were targeting cannabis shops at that time. They weren't the only ones that got hit. A lot of shops got hit. From LA to the Bay, motherfuckers were hitting shops left and right, you know. But that was like the biggest shop that got hit, you know, pretty much in terms of who everybody knows. And yeah, it was crazy to see that, man. But you know, hey,
it's part of the game, right?
Part of the game.
It's part of the game. It's part of life. I mean, not all of life makes sense sometimes.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hey, let's take a real quick break right here and play a sketch or something, Pablo.
Are we gonna play the new song from Cypress Hill, Champion?
I don't think we got that. I gotta get that, man.
That shit hard,
we
bro.
gotta play that in
That
the
shit
mix.
banging. That shit
Yeah,
banging.
yeah.
I think I got a folder for you, C minus.
That's right. Let's do it.
What's cracking? This is Be Real, aka Dr. Greenthumb, with another strain alert. Now, a lot of people have been asking for this to come back when we first dropped it. We've actually dropped it a couple of times. And every time we do, goes like that. And they always beg for this strain to come back. But guess what? It's back. Miracle Alien Cookies. You know what I'm saying? And I, for one, am glad it's back because this shit right here is fire. If there was ever fire in a bag, it's this shit right here. And I want to thank Capulator for putting this strain together in the first fucking place. Alien Cookies crossed with Colombian and Starfighter. Ridiculous, man. The flavor on this is like no other. The bag appeal is crazy. The trichomes are just nuts. I mean, if you like exotics, Our Mac 11 farmed by Greenthumb Farms. This shit right here, it's got a heavy flavor, heavy high. It's all that you want, right? So, cause some people look for a hybrid that has impact. And some of them, you know, the flavors are all there, but the impact isn't necessarily there. This is one of those that has both. So make sure you visit all of our shops if you're in California or you want to make a trip. There's San Francisco, Sacramento, Humboldt County, Los Angeles, Cathedral City, and flagship location Sylmar. Coming soon, San Diego. Yes, we have these flavors in our house. Make sure you go check them out. It's been another strain alert. Y'all want to see, hold up, before we go, all right, and make sure you check out our collabs with G-Pen and Stunned Glass. The G-Pen Dash, the Rome, and of course, always our funky field tips to roll this fire up on, all right? But I'm gonna pop the bag for you just so you could see what these nuggets look like. One sec. The Mac could be described as happy, euphoric, relaxing, and uplifting. The Mac also helps with appetite loss, depression, stress, insomnia, mood swings, and chronic pain. Yeah, so that's the Mac 11 by Greenthumb Farms for Insane brand right here. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you check that shit out. So keep it lit, keep it blazing, smoke that top shelf. No booth ever. Greenthumb out.
Yes, we are back right here. Dr. Greenthumb Podcast C-.
Yo.
Lucky Sun Tzu.
Yeah.
Hall and Dotes. The hall monitor left.
Yeah, to go monitor the hall.
He's monitoring the hall. And we got Malparido right here. What's up, Doc?
Hey, can I say something?
Yeah, man.
So I want to say this like this, dog. Yeah, I mean, and you know, I'm aware of everything that comes out my mouth, and sometimes I need to bring it back real quick. But I didn't mean no disrespect to you, C-, dog, when I gave you the female joke, dog, you know what I mean? Or the girl joke, the girlfriend joke, dog. I don't know this dude, dog, you know what I mean? This is the flow of my conversation. I do it to my own homies and shit, and if I don't fuck with you, it means I don't love you, dog, you know what I mean? And so anyways, I'm not telling you that I love you, but my bad on that, dog, you know what I mean? I meant no disrespect by that, dog. I'm just clowning, talking shit. We good, dog?
Sure.
That was awkward.
That was ice cold.
That was ice cold.
Dude, just meeting you, like, I don't know you, you don't know me, so, like,
Yeah.
that was on you to fucking put any kind of, you know, stupid shit out there like that. So.
Well, I clown, bro, and that, when you're around the fellas, you clown and shit.
I'm saying, I understand, but get it, you
Talk
know,
your shit, doggy. Let's go.
but give us a sec to even build that rapport.
Absolutely,
So-
absolutely, dog. You got to build rapport and shit, and you know this is just the wildness sometimes of podcasts and shit, and having a group of individuals opposed to a one-on-one thing. I mean, sometimes there's innocent bystanders and drive-bys, and you got hit by a drive-by, and I apologize, dog. I don't mean no disrespect, my G. Nothing but respect for you and this whole fucking community of fucking Dr. Greenthumb motherfucking, individuals, dog. So, my bad, dog. I was going to tell you that off camera, but I said, let me let the camera come back on, dog, and let's put that out there, dog, because we are all men around here, dog, and I don't ever want to feel like someone's less than someone else, and I wasn't trying to do that. I just talk shit, dog, and shoot the breeze, baby. You know what I mean?
All right.
We good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right on.
But it did bother you.
Just, it's my first time meeting you, other than yesterday. And yesterday we were talking cool, so you know what I mean? So
and
we
then
were all
like,
here.
damn, this dude came in on a fucking asshole tip,
know?
bagging on this and that. I mean, yeah, I get it, bro. I mean, I get it, dog. I mean, and if if one day B-Roll doesn't answer my phone call and shit, dog, you know what I mean? I will know C- was in his motherfucking ear. Fuck that dude. Don't have him on again. You know what I mean?
Nah, he
Way too
ain't
much
like
shit.
that, man.
That's good, dog. My bad though, doggy. Spencer.
We all pro. We all pro here.
Yeah. I mean, do you ever have a comedian? And I'm not saying I'm a comedian, but if you had a comedian come on, say if you had a Chris Rock, you had a Dave Chappelle. No, let's say what's that little short motherfucker, that little black motherfucker's name?
Kevin Hart.
Say you had Kevin Hart on here. Kevin Hart would probably come on here and roast every single one of you motherfuckers. But if it came from Kevin Hart, it would be okay though, right?
No.
No, okay. Then you stand as what you stand for. So thank you.
If I just meet him, if I'm just getting to know the dude, how the fuck am I even gonna get into, talking shit with him because it's, that's him.
But that's what homies do though, my G. Where you grow up at?
I grew up in Bakersfield.
Bakersfield, okay. Well, shout out to the homies from Bakersfield. Got a lot of boys from Bakersfield and shit, dog.
Yeah.
You obviously weren't hanging out with the rough crowd, dog.
No, dude, I know. It was like hanging out with DJs and the Baker Boys, Mr. Chalk. Like I was in the music
Those
side
fools
of shit.
talk shit, Baker Boys. Shout out to the Baker Boys
Hell
back in the day,
yeah,
dog.
that's how we learned. But at
But
the same
off the
time,
rip though, baby, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter who walks in and shit. The stupid dude walks in with the funny ass outfit, you know what I mean? Oh shit, what the fuck does this fool have on? You know what I mean? I mean, it doesn't. In my circle, it goes like that, dog. So my bad, dog. I kick back on prison yards, and I'm not trying to be a tough dude, prison shit. You know what I mean? Fuck all that shit, cause that ain't the motherfucking business. But I was always around crowds, dog, of homies from all different neighborhoods: the Harbor area, South Central, SGV, IE, fucking SFE, so on and so forth. I don't want to leave nobody out, cause they'll be like, how come you didn't say OC?
How come you didn't say me, dog?
Yeah, right. You know how
say
the homies are and shit. But I hung around with crowds from different ronflas on the yard, dog. You know what I mean? And we all talked shit. Back then, I had gap teeth. I got braces this time I got out. I had the worst gap teeth ever, dog. You know what I mean? And these motherfuckers, dog, would fucking roast the fuck out my motherfucking teeth, dog. You know what I mean? They said when we on lockdown and they come fucking give Lucky his tray into his cell, they throw it in there because they don't want to get bit. You know what I mean? Bro, I've had all the bags, so I take it, dog. I take it, and I was hoping that you were gonna give me a shot back, dog. You know? I really was. I said,
give me a sec. Give me a sec. Just give me a sec.
Let me figure you out real quick. Some people move different in different sequences, different times. I mean, I obviously move way too fast. Shout out to methamphetamine. I'm not on it right now, but it's affected me, right? You know what I mean? It's affected me.
I hear that.
You don't say.
Boofed. Boofed. Oh, here comes the homie. Here comes the homie Pookie, not Lucky. You know what I mean? Pookie! Fuck you smoking over there.
Oh man.
Hey, C minus. I hope we become good friends from here on out, my G. I swear to God, because I'm a good dude to have on the team, and I'm sure you are an amazing dude to have on the team. You know what I mean? And my people, dog, we. You know what I mean? Even my Goonies, my Hood Stocks people, you know what I mean? Like bro, like enough of the, catching feelings, enough of the flexing up on each other, enough of the fucking stupid shit. I mean, this is 2021, baby. Educate yourself on YouTube if you can't afford a motherfucking community college, dog. You know what I mean?
all there.
Like, we are growing,
it's
dog.
right there.
Have a conversation before you take the motherfucker's wig off, dog.
Yeah.
Have a conversation, dog. You know
Have
what
a
I mean?
good time.
Smoke some weed.
Smoke some
smoke
weed. Yeah, that's
Oh.
not a bad idea.
I told him.
I told him.
Was that a needed conversation between me and C minus?
It was an interesting conversation. I didn't even catch it, and it was
But he
like
caught
right
it.
there.
He caught it, and I knew he caught it because he's sitting next to me, and his energy, dog, was like, you know what, dog? I didn't like that. And his energy hit me, and I said, you know what, my G? My bad. Let me voice
And
this.
that's respect, because you addressed it and you apologized, and that's a man shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, bro, the worst motherfucker in this world is a motherfucker that can't apologize and say, my bad.
Word up.
That's true.
Because that's how bullshit perpetuates. Shit like that. You just can't say, oh, you know what? I fucked up on that one. My bad. We've all had, as men, we've all had to do that shit at some point.
That's man, dog.
That's man,
but
yeah.
what trip out, B? I mean, I'm calling you B because we fucked with each other three times
for
in
real.
a row, dog. So I feel like we homies now. I
Yeah.
mean, can I call you B, dog?
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I really want to call you
fine.
Mr. Dr. Greenthumb. You know what I mean?
However, dog.
Doctor,
Yeah.
is there a doctor in the building? But I mean, what we were talking about right now. What were we talking about right now?
Snapping, I guess. having to
That's a good-
rapport and
Damn,
You know.
you didn't even smoke that much, and I love it.
see,
That's
I
tight.
do it all the time, dog.
weed heals.
I swear to God, dog, I am having an amazing time right here, dog. This is everything that I thought it was. I'm glad me and C- had this interaction. I need an interaction from my boy over here because last time he was at my podcast, he shitted the fucking toilet, dog, and it was disgusting.
That was
dog.
not me.
Really?
It was
That was not me.
disgusting, dog. Bro,
Yeah, you blew up the spot?
It was.
It was Diaper Boy, dude.
You blamed it on Diaper Boy, but Diaper said, "Fool, how am I gonna shit in the toilet? I got a diaper on."
He wasn't gonna shit in the diaper.
But he like,
I only use your bathroom to do drugs.
Were you doing drugs in there?
Yeah.
Why didn't you share?
You know, I was running low.
I hate motherfuckers like you, dog. Cause right then and there, dog, I promote just weed, dog. And any other drugs, I don't fuck with, dog. You know what I mean? But anyways, but if you catch me at the right time, no, we'll leave it alone.
Catch me on a Saturday.
depending on the hour,
Yeah.
Catch
If
me
you,
on
usually late evening.
if you catch me on St. Patrick's Day drinking a green beer, shout out to St. Patrick's Day. It's tomorrow, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
tomorrow?
It's tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
dog.
I thought this shit was
Fucking
Saturday.
That's tomorrow.
Oh, damn.
It
Hell
just
yeah.
always
Tomorrow,
feels like
green
a Saturday.
beer.
I can't even see this shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do,
You're
dog?
right.
Is tomorrow I'm gonna go to Victory Secret, dog. What is it called again?
Victoria's Secret.
Victory Secret?
Hey, there's a new store called Victor's Secret.
Like Victory Outreach,
I
but
was gonna,
secret.
yeah. I'm gonna go to Victory's. What is it again? Victoria's Secret. I'm gonna go to Victoria's Secret, dog. Tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
gonna go to Victoria's Secret, dog, and I'm not gonna wear green, baby. And I'm gonna be just right there, like.
Oh, you trying to get pinched, right? All right. That's a good strategy. That's all right.
How do you feel about that?
They sanitize you?
Hey. We got to sanitize.
TMZ, Be Real, and this fool, Lucky Sun Tzu, is at the mother Victoria's Secret with no green on, trying to get pinched. Harvey, what do you got to say about this shit? Well, I think Be Real's having problems at home. You know, I think he is split with his wife. He is at Victoria's Secret with no. Nah, I'm just saying. My bad, dog.
Victory's Secret.
Victoria's Secret. What am I saying, dog? God damn it, I'm gonna get that right.
That's
one
a
day.
good name for a dispensary. Let's go. Shit.
Hey, that dispensary life, my G. I mean, how is that life? I mean, you are just, you're one of the fucking founding fathers, bro. You know what I mean? Of just making it okay, you know? And then now you got these dispensaries and shit. I mean, can I walk into, I always see the one, because I always see the one in Lincoln Heights, dog.
Yeah.
The Dr. Greenthumb in Lincoln Heights.
Yeah.
Because I go to the Michoacans down the street and I get my motherfucking carne asada nachos, dog. You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
are the best nachos in LA, baby. Shout out to them, and they ain't paying me nothing for this. But anyways, I pass by that thing, dog, and it's a little intimidating for normal folk like myself, dog, because when I pass by there, sometimes I see Lamborghinis in there, dog, in the parking lot, and I see shit like that. And when I pass by a spot that's got Lamborghinis in the parking lot, sometimes I feel like my pocket might not be deep enough for this dispensary.
You know
dog.
what is sometimes a rapper might be there when you're rolling up and they get in their bags. No, because we got flour in there for everybody, but there's good top shelf on in that spot, and even as the so-called mid shelf, there's quality shit there, man. So yeah, sometimes you know these young rappers come down there and they get their bag, and they'll come in their Lambos and flex out.
And shout out to them rappers,
And,
dog. 'cause
and
that's
we
gotta be the-
appreciate them,
Absolutely, dog. I mean, nothing like, bro, like, thank you for doing this for the gram. You know what I mean? He's got the picture of the fucking 5 stacks right there in front of the Dr. Greenthumb motherfucking emblem, you know what I mean? And, hey, my G, you know what I mean? That post is a motherfucking, hey.
Yeah, it always works. I don't drive those cars. I can't fuck with them.
Yeah, it tripped me out, bro. You're driving a 1994 Honda Accord,
Yeah.
bro. That blew my motherfucking mind when I seen you pulled up with
On
that, dog.
Sundays, I drive a Civic. Nobody knows. Tint the
Camry.
windows up.
Hey, a car can make you feel like a real, like, where you are in life, huh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I had a beater, dog. They used to drive to work. I said, this is my gas saver right here. LA traffic is a motherfucker, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm going all over the place for work. So I had this beater, and then all the time I had these cats pulling up on me and shit, dog, with a fucking fresh-ass fucking whip, dog. They bumping, dog. They looking at me like I ain't motherfucking shit, dog. Why? Because I'm in this motherfucking beater, fool? Fuck you. In my parking lot at home, I got this beautiful motherfucking truck, dog. You know what I mean? But anyways, dog, a car if you see a female in a car, if you see a dude in a car in a hoopty, you think he's broke, right?
Right. That's what they normally think. Perception, false perception sometimes.
Perception for sure.
Because sometimes that dude in the beat up car got stacks
Yeah.
on stacks.
I think the only way you can judge someone's car too is that like how clean it is on the inside. Not necessarily what they're driving, but how clean it is. If there's like all sorts of shit all over the place, that's like a question. But if it's like a nicely kept older car,
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, you can
if you
tell-
got an
you can
older
say,
car,
like-
usually people keep their shit tight because it's the oldie.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want to keep
And you
that
got
shit right.
and it's like mandatory. I don't know if there's a fucking list. I don't know if there's rules, dog. But they always got that pine air refreshener hanging
Right.
on the
Yup.
motherfucking
Yup.
thing.
Yup.
yeah,
Yup. The tree.
one of the
The
trees.
green one.
The green one.
Yeah,
it's
the
always
green one. It's always
because
the
there's
green tree.
red ones, there's blue ones.
Bro,
I
there's, you know
wonder-
how
I
many there
wonder-
are, bro?
There's
I
brown
wonder if
ones.
that is a get down.
Bro, there's
know
so
what I'm
many
saying?
of them. Like you would think. I think I'm every time I go to the car wash, I think I'm the only person that buys like the extravagant color ones. I was like, oh, this is some new smell. I want to
Teal.
know what space smells like. It says Galaxy. I'm like, all right, cool. But everybody gets the regular ass ones.
The color of the stars.
You know what I want somebody to do, dog? I want somebody to take this idea right now. I'm going to throw an idea out to you guys right now, dog. I want you guys to take this idea. If you are a lowrider enthusiast, I want you guys to write a Bible to lowriding. You know what I mean?
That's
I want
not a bad idea.
I want one of you motherfuckers to write the do's and don'ts of lowriding. You know what I mean? What air freshener you're supposed to have in that bitch. You know what I mean? When it's okay to hit the motherfucking pumps. You know what I mean? And some motherfuckers might be like, it's always okay to hit them motherfuckers, dog. Them switches. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy is lowrider clubs have bylaws and rules. Most of them, all the older ones, right? I bet you could take half of their shit, like what their bylaws are and their rules and regulations of club and how and when they got car committees, because some clubs got car committees to fly the plaque. You got to, when you get your car out to paint, it's got to be reviewed by the car committee. If you're putting any kind of shit, it's got to go through them before it could fly the plaque.
That's amazing, dog.
Yeah.
And I love that them dudes do that, dog. And it makes me love that art even more, bro. That culture, my boy, because these dudes are taking this shit serious.
Oh,
Ain't
man.
no fucking around. You gotta get your paint job inspected by the club,
Yep,
homie.
everything.
You feel me?
Everything.
Like, hold on, this is Earl Shy right here, my G. Like, nah, homie.
Yeah.
You 30-day probation period. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I
Shit
mean?
like that.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Before you can get in the club, you got to have a car first. You can't have the idea. You have to have a physical car. Then throughout your time, you got to fucking show you're making progress on your car. Like, what are you working on? You got to be working on something. And if you ain't, eventually, you either get fined or you get put out the club until you show you've made some fucking progress. Because realistically, they want them cars to be shown or they want them on the street. It all depends on the level of how you're going to fucking build the car. Whether it's fucking radical custom or mild custom or street custom, or it's just a rider, that represents the club. They want to know that you're making progress to get that car on the fucking street. And if you're not, fines will be paid. And if you don't want to pay a fine, you got to take a SWAT.
Wow. What do you mean? Like a SWAT on the booty?
Fucking SWAT with a paddle, the whole paddle with the sergeant at arms,
My G.
fucking cracking you like,
And that's why
And they don't hold back on those SWATs neither, man.
You know what, dog? I'm gonna tell you like this, dog. Like a motherfucker like me, and there's a lot of gangsters in the motherfucking car clubs and shit, dog. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you like this, dog. If you are bending over and taking a SWAT by the paddle and shit, now motherfuckers might hate me for this right now, dog. But that shit ain't gangster, dog. Don't let that motherfucker do that to you, dog. And if he does do that to you, dog, catch him in the motherfucking parking lot afterwards, dog. You know what I mean?
And well,
your chrome is not shined up, to motherfucking God's fucking whatever, dog. You know what I mean? And you get a SWAT on the booty or some shit? No, dog.
more than
That's
anything,
Christian school, bro.
more than anything, it's to make sure it's some serious shit that they're
Hey,
taking.
who's daddy?
They're taking their cars serious, right?
You know what? I'm
And
gonna
they
get all kinds of hate from car clubs now. They're gonna be like, Lucky, you won't get the SWAT on the booty, homie.
Well, not every club does that.
And you got a Honda.
not every club does that. Some
That's
of the
shit- that's
some
crazy.
of the some of the older clubs might do it, but I don't think the younger clubs do it. But that like the older ones, they definitely be doing some shit like that. Like
That's crazy.
They hand down punishments. It's either a fine or the SWAT. You could either pay the fine. Most motherfuckers that are the gangster motherfuckers, they're gonna pay that fine. They're not taking no SWAT.
You know, I'm gonna tell you
Know what I'm
something.
saying?
This reminds me of this, bro, and I'm gonna be 1,000% with you, dog. You know what I mean? I'll be transparent to the fullest, to my own detriment sometimes, dog. I think 6th grade, my mom had put me in a Christian school in Pasadena, dog. She put me in a Christian school in Pasadena and shit, dog. And what was crazy about this Christian school in Pasadena was, because I was just like, I don't know, maybe she wanted to get me right. I don't know what it was, you know what I mean? But maybe I was fucking up, dog. Maybe she seen something in my eyes, you know what I mean? That she knew that I was gonna go down this certain road. I don't know what it is, but she put me in this fucking Christian school and shit. And when you fucked up, my G, what did they do to you?
SWAT.
Hit you.
They hit you, dog.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I got hit one time, dog. So, obviously I was put in there because maybe I was fucking up, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I went to that school and I fucked up, dog. Within 2 weeks, homie, I'm in this office and I'm gonna get swat with this paddle. And this paddle is a big, long paddle, bro. And it's got holes
It's got
in it, my
holes in
G.
it. That's the same.
It's got
one.
holes in this shit.
They use that for fraternities too. For real. Those paddles have been around spanking ass for a long time.
Check it out, dog.
Good.
Hey, this motherfucker, he was a bitch ass fool, dog. He hit me, dog. I ain't gonna lie, dog. I cried, homie. I cried, dog. But I cried over frustration, not because it hurt, bro. I cried because he crushed my pride. He crushed anything that I felt about me was me, dog. You know what I mean? And this dude that didn't know who me from motherfucking, besides just being a student, dog, had the fucking permission to hit me with this motherfucker, dog. And I remember I just like, you know, that cry, we just like,
Yeah.
you know, you're doing
breathe
all that
hard?
shit, dog. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
doing all that shit, dog. And I was looking at him like, homie, I'm gonna fucking kill you, dog. You know what I mean? Like, I was worked up. I was mad. It was a mad cry, dog. And I didn't last in that school word nothing, baby. I
Yeah,
was
nah.
about that bitch the same motherfucking year,
That
dog.
type of shit don't work. Like doing kids like that.
What you
That
do a
shit
kid
don't work.
like that,
Why'd
my
you get
G?
kicked
That's
out
whack.
for?
Just being me, dog.
Oh,
Being who I am right now. Right?
You
I mean,
can't- you
it wasn't.
can't-
I can't blame it 100% on the drugs. I can't blame it 100% on life, dog. I can blame it on just the seed that was planted in this womb, and out came me. And this is the DNA. This is the genetics of this dude. This
Right.
dude, like, I've always, like, you know what I mean, been a little off the top, you know what I mean, in my adolescent ages. Before drugs, you know what I mean? And maybe that was too much. Maybe I needed medicine back then, dog. Huh? Maybe I
Weed.
needed some, weed, right?
Maybe some
CBD.
weed.
Damn.
CBD
How old are you?
is
You said
weed.
45?
44, baby.
44? Okay, so damn. Yeah, imagine if back then, because I'm 46, about to be 47. So
You look amazing, dog.
Oh,
C
thank
minus.
you
You
as
look
well.
amazing,
You
dog.
don't even look.
Take
You don't
the-
even look 45.
Take the
big
block
dog.
off my Instagram, bro, please, dog. I just checked it. I try to add him. He's blocked. No, motherfucker. You ain't gonna ever talk to me like that, bitch.
But imagine if cats back in our, back in our era would have had the access to weed as therapy, as medicine. You know what I mean?
Like it's available now.
Like it's available now.
Would have been way
imagine.
better off.
We could have probably,
Motherfuckers wouldn't be on them
Really did some
pills
shit.
and all that extra shit.
right?
You know, I think if it was available to us the way it is now.
C minus, be real. I'm gonna say this live on this broadcast right now. Is I give one of my daughters CBD.
That's good.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I can get in trouble for that, bro. You know what I mean? But
CBD,
I give one of my daughters CBD because she has maybe problems that I had as a kid that weren't you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Taken care of, you know what I mean? She's wound a little tight sometimes.
There's
You know,
a lot
and
of
she's stressed out, and I see her stressed out, and it fucking makes me fucking almost sometimes like, you know what I mean, just want to just like, fuck, you know what I mean? I know what she's feeling because I felt that as a kid. I don't want to put her on pharmaceuticals, you know what I mean? What can I do? I went to the smoke shop, dog. I paid $40 for a tub of gummies, dog, CBD. Don't have no THC in it, dog,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I give it to her, dog, and honestly, my G, I mean, she's a little more calmer, dog.
it calms her down, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, you know,
dope.
you hear
Oh,
more
yeah.
stories. Like we hear a lot of stories about families that got children that they don't want to fuck around with the pharmaceuticals neither.
Yeah.
So they try to use a more fucking what they call it
alternative.
Alternative medicine, right?
Right.
And most people are led to the CBDs, and some people are afraid of it because it's obviously attached to
It
cannabis
has
and all
a
that
holistic
shit.
taboo.
But it has a holistic taboo. But more motherfuckers that are saying, you know what, we got no other choice. We're gonna try it, and it's been working for them. And they talk about it now. Like how it's made the certain shit that they were trying to figure out with their kids, or how to make it better for them, that the CBDs have been working for them more and more. You hear more and more stories like that. So yeah, man, I think that's
Do you do CBD gummies, dog?
sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes. I mean, I notice a lot of people, it's just like, I mean, I don't know, I can't say a lot of people, but it seems like a lot of dispensaries aren't going to just sell you the CBD shit. Like, I don't know what I get from the smoke shop, dog. They can be just flat out gummy bears, dog. And they put them in a jar that says CBD. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know. And so sometimes I would take it more serious if I bought it from a fucking well-known brand.
Right.
And because you go into these professional dispensaries and they will show you the exact percentage of what the fuck's in that
Right.
motherfucker. And that is crazy,
A
dog.
licensed shop has to have it on the packaging. It has to be all that shit has to be tested, and it has to tell you exactly what the fuck is in it. And so you'll have your CBD products that have just straight up CBD, and then some of them that have the THC mixed with the CBD. It just depends. And a lot of motherfuckers do the one with both because they feel like
It's a bigger seller, right?
It's a bigger seller, but they feel like that's the one that works for them the most in terms of like if they're dealing with the fucking medical issue, that they're taking this instead of
The
whatever.
best of both worlds.
Yeah. Like some people say, it's more effective when you're using the small percentage of the THC and a big percentage of the CBD. In terms of gummies and shit like that. If you're using it for therapeutical use, you know what I'm saying?
What's made you richer, dog? I want to ask you a question. What's made you richer, dog? The music or the fucking dispensaries?
Music.
The music, huh?
Yeah.
Music live forever, especially if it's legendary fucking music. It will just keep on capitalizing. The royalties will keep on coming in. Them iTunes fucking checks, whatever the fuck system you got. You know what I mean,
one day the cannabis might, you know what I mean, but. Yeah, like where I've made my money is in music. Like the cannabis shit, yeah, we're making money, but we're obviously like a growing company, and it takes money to make money. So you reinvest back in your brand, and you try to expand and all that shit. So in spite of the perception of how big we are, we're still growing. I mean, because this industry is young.
and there's a lot of overhead on that, I can imagine.
Oh, for real,
A
yeah.
ton
Like
of-
in
a ton of
every
overhead,
aspect of
yeah.
it, every aspect of it, from cultivation to retail to distribution, all that shit. And then what it costs to operate. You better have something, like you better have a brand to be able to operate.
Because there's so many people doing it.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. There's
There's
a lot of competition out there.
I mean, motherfuckers, there's a million motherfuckers beating the same fucking bush and shit, dog. And thank God to you, dog. You know what I mean? You're a fucking pioneer in this game and shit, dog. So once you see that Dr. Greenthumb stamp on that shit, dog, I mean, when you came to my crib to do the podcast and shit, dog, you gave me a joint. I shared it with my cousin, the people around me that were in
Right.
that small room we were at the time and shit. And my cousin has been smoking since he was 3 years old, dog. You know what I mean? And you fucked him up with that, dog. You know what I mean? I mean, you are not fucking around with no. He said, "Fool, I was so motherfucking high, dog." You know what I mean? Yeah, dog.
I mean, hey, we've been doing it a long time. We got our formula, and it works. We know that for a fact. You know what I'm saying? A lot of veteran smokers, maybe they've smoked a certain type of genetic or strain their whole lives, but when you introduce something into the fold that they may not have smoked before, yeah, man, that shit could fucking smash you. I mean, shit, I've been through it. If there's not really that many strains that have pushed me back like OG Kush, right? But there are some good ones out there. You know what I mean? So I stay open, but I mean, yeah, the most veteran of smoker, if he's never smoked an OG fucking Kush joint ever, or he might have smoked a OG. You know what I'm saying? Someone told him it was an OG and it wasn't, and then you actually smoked the real OG. Yeah, it's gonna affect you no matter who you are and what you smoked. Especially, you know, if you ain't a heavy indica smoker, because that shit. I mean, that's the punch in the face right there. So, you know, we're used to it because we smoke the shit all the time, but.
Yeah, so I had this joint right here that I still, you gave me another one, dog, but I got this joint right here that you gave me yesterday,
Save
dog.
it for later.
Yeah, but I brought it though, dog. Even though you guys gave me that, I brought it though. But I was in the truck and I was like, I wonder what's in here and shit. And they're like, B-Real gave you that, and they said that got to be an indica, dog. That's not gonna be a hybrid. That's not gonna be a sativa. That is gonna be 1,000% indica.
Yeah,
right
that was an OG right there. Yeah,
Yeah. Correct.
that is definitely right.
Correct.
Do you test everything that comes through the fucking store, bro?
Yeah, well, it before it comes to our store, it has to be tested. I mean, that's the way that the state and city regulate it. Like, it has to be tested. It goes through a metric system, right? And, you know, whatever vendor we're getting it from, or even if it's coming from us, it's got to go through the testing before it goes into the packaging and then distribution. So, yeah, everything that, you know, like anything that goes into any licensed shop, it's got to have like an approval, for whether it's
Is it like an FDA approval?
it's
From him,
so
yeah.
well, no.
Yeah,
Yeah, for real. Like, if you want to get on the shelf, for real. But I'm saying, the city has, like, you know, they coordinate with testing labs, and when they get like the positive or negative test, they, you know, it goes accordingly. So if you get a negative test or whatever, a positive test, sorry, on pesticides or any kind of fucking bullshit,
got you, yeah.
they stop that shit and make you destroy it. If it tests negative and it's all clean, they allow you to get it packaged and then send it out for distribution and all that shit. So
That's amazing, dog. And
Yeah.
you've been at the forefront of studying this shit from the fucking beginning, dog. And anyone, I mean, bro, like when it comes to you, my G, not only doing just a pioneer in the marijuana fucking industry, dog, your music, all the above. I mean, for someone to have your time and be able to pick your brain or show you something and tell you, hey, be real, what do you think of this, my G? You know what I mean? Is a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and it's taken very seriously. So off that note, my boy, we talked about yesterday, dog. Yesterday I pitched something to you, dog. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna be that motherfucker that's gonna come here and try to pitch you my music, dog. Like, we took that L a long time ago, dog. You know what I mean? But I came here and pitched something to you, and I said, hey, bro, how about if we have a podcast, dog, and we have talented people come in and perform in front of you? Or I was thinking about it today. I said, not only perform, but maybe pitch you an idea, dog, a business proposition. What you think, this and that, like maybe like some Shark Tank shit, dog. You know what I mean? But I also, you know, rap musicians. You know what I mean? And we had them come in and do that. That would be a great fucking podcast. I mean, how many people would be interested in that?
I think motherfuckers would definitely fuck with that, because you would get to see, you know, who really got some shit and who's boofed out.
I mean, do you ever watch, like, all these years, bro, right? We got all these fucking shows on TV, dog. We got American Idol, we got fucking
The Voice.
The Voice, and name one, C-minus, you know one.
I don't.
America's Got Talent, yeah.
You Got Talent, or whatever.
America's Got Talent, you know what I
that
mean?
one.
You have all these shows, dog, and you have all these people, dog, that get on these shows, dog. But what about the people in the neighborhoods? What about the people in the hoods? And some of them leak through once in a while. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying they're being, you know what I mean? They're not giving them a shot, you know what I mean? But what if we did one strictly for the fucking hood, dog? Try to search out some talent.
Talent, like, yeah. That would be crazy. Because you would find some dope shit. Some dope artists out there, some uncut gems.
I mean, how would you feel if somebody said, like, maybe we're not going to use the example as a rap artist, but how would you feel if someone pitched you a business proposition? Maybe they had it in the works already. They had it actually figured out, right? You know what I mean? You know, would you ever be someone that would be possibly interested in, like, you know what? Let's take that to the next level. I got you. You know, are you like that? How do you work, bro?
I mean, you know, if I thought if I really believed in it and I thought like I would do it myself if I had that idea. Yeah, then probably, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might fuck with them. But it's tough because, you know, a lot of people don't want to let go of their shit. You know what I mean? It's theirs and you know, they want to see it through the way they want to. But I think, you know, yeah, there's a lot of motherfuckers that are obviously open to have a discussion about an idea because they think they have belief in it, man. It's a dream. So if you could get a suggestion or support from someone
In the industry.
that's
done the damn thing.
yeah, you know,
what I mean?
It's true. Yeah.
like to come on and say, hey man, this is my fucking thought, this is my idea, blah blah blah. What do you think? And someone in the right position can actually fucking give them some game, you know, or join them,
Yeah.
like you said.
I mean, could we do that? Should we do that? What do you guys think in the chat line? I mean, should we do that? I mean, should Hoodstocks have Be Real on a podcast? We'll have the performers. We'll have the motherfucking entrepreneurs that got the fucking greatest pitch in the motherfucking world. You know what I mean? Perform our pitch in front of Be Real on Hoodstocks and get his 1,000% honest opinion and maybe some direction. I mean, would people be interested in doing that? I think they would, dog. I think that'd be amazing, bro.
I think they'd be tripping. I think some motherfuckers would want to be a part of that, like that are watching. They'd be like, you know what? I want to get down with that.
Of course.
I truly believe people want to be interactive like that. Like the minute they hear it, I want in.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And there's a lot of hidden talent out there too.
Bro,
There's a lot of motherfuckers like, you know, hey, they're having dreams. This is for certain.
Yeah.
You know,
But-
dreams is everything. Manifestation is everything, dog.
True that.
You and Muggs touched on that shit last fucking week, dog, which was an amazing podcast. I know I already spoke on that shit. But manifestation, I feel like manifestation is a big thing in fucking life, and there's levels to manifestation. You know what I mean? You can think of a fucking idea, but if you don't get off the fucking sofa with that fucking idea, then that manifestation is probably just gonna rot in the motherfucking dirt and shit. You know what I mean? So it takes you got to put in effort to manifest your dreams, your aspirations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's just getting a raise, you know what I mean? If it's fucking, you know, stepping your game up as a parent to your kids, you know what I mean? So on and so forth. Manifesting is huge. Now I manifested this right here, dog. You know what I mean? I manifested to be right here next to Be Real. 2003. I'm busted for fucking felony invading and a fucking gun charge. I locked my fucking Smith & Wesson 9mm with a 15 fucking shot clip. That was my baby right there, dog. But anyways, I got busted at felony invading. For people that don't know, it's a high-speed pursuit. You know what I mean? I got busted for these cases and shit. I was with this fucking bride at the time. I had her fucking knocked the fuck up and shit, dog. This is around 2003, 2004, maybe 2002. I get the years a little switched sometimes. But you and Snoop Dogg, while I was busted, you and Snoop Dogg were recording a song called Vato
That's right.
on Laverne and Colorado Boulevard
right.
and Eagle Rock and Northeast Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Now, the girl that I had knocked up at the time and shit, she had a CD of mine. Prior to that, you know what I mean? I was fucking with the music, you know what I mean? But I was fucking horrible at the music. This shit was a frisbee, 1,000%. You know what I mean? Throw that bitch. To this day, I hear this shit and I cringe to this shit. And it was fucking horrible. Like nobody on methamphetamine should be making fucking music. Have you ever seen somebody methed out try to dance to a beat? It don't look right, dog. You know what I mean?
Never.
They ain't got no motherfucking rhythm. They locked up. This shit is tight, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Manifestation, baby. Let's go. So my girl, at the time, she said, Be Real, Snoop Dogg, and I think Kid Frost was in that video too.
Yeah.
She said, Be Real, Snoop Dogg, and Kid Frost is on my street right now. I said, oh, shit. I said, babe, give him my CD. Give him my CD. You know what I mean? This is the drugged up Lucky back then. You know what I mean? I thought this shit was fire, dog, but it's garbage, dog. And so anyways, I manifestation, you know what I mean? I felt that one day, even in my darkest fucking times, that one day I can fuck with you somehow, some way. I was hoping for the music, but the music wasn't meant to be, dog. You know what I mean?
Right.
It wasn't my motherfucking calling. It was a passion. It was a drug passion. It was not me. I'm not good at it, dog. Other people are better, dog. You know what I mean? Okay, take the L, luck, step back. Yeah, it's humbling, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I manifested this, dog, and here I am, baby, 2021, homie. Chilling with the motherfucking king, dog. Motherfucking Be Real, Dr. Greenthumb, baby. Shit, Oh, my G,
Hell
dog.
yeah.
Shit, I was at the fucking House of Blues with you guys with Psycho Realm, dog. You know what I mean?
That's
when you're
right.
rocking that shit on Hollywood Boulevard, dog. You know what I mean? I've been fucking with the fucking, I told you, dog. You know what I mean? Back in the
Yeah.
day, 96, my first year in the penitentiary. 95, fought the case. I was 18 years old. 96, 19, you know, in the Susanville State Prison, you know what I mean? And what am I doing? I'm passing around tapes, homie. Tapes. What are we passing around tapes of?
Cassettes.
Psycho Realm. Fucking, I'm having illusions. Fucking me up. You know what I mean? The Cypress Hill, dog. You know what I mean?
Oh,
We
yeah.
passing around the cassettes, fool.
That's crazy.
Can you imagine the cassette now? They look at it like, what are you?
Yeah.
Dinosaur?
Dude, they're coming back in a crazy way. It's a trip.
Yeah. Cassettes.
Yeah, cassettes are coming
Hey,
back
the
in a
dude who
weird way.
invented cassettes just died
Ah, rest in peace.
yesterday or 2 days ago.
That's why they're coming
Crazy,
back.
crazy how we're talking about that shit.
That's
true.
crazy, dog. I mean, cassettes, people don't have no patience nowadays. So a cassette, dog, for the young motherfuckers that don't know what a cassette is, you know what, Maji? You just can't skip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bitch,
nah.
you gotta fast
You gotta
forward.
fast forward.
You hear that
For real.
motherfucker spinning and shit, you know what I mean? And pop! Oh, almost got it. Rewind. You know what I mean? Like, there's an art to it, dog.
Yep, before the skip, there was the fast forward.
Do
Y'all
you
don't even
remember
know.
the function where you would fast forward? There was some where you could fast forward to the next silent part, so it would go
Right.
and then it would go to the next song. So you thought that was like, oh, I'm ahead. That's Back to the Future shit. I'm fucking.
Yeah.
I can just go to the next. Oh, watch. I don't like this song. Bam, right there.
See, Minus, I gotta have you on my podcast, and I hope we connect after this, dog. We change numbers, dog, and I can get you on my podcast, dog. But in a real quick, short sentence, dog, who is C minus, dog?
It's right here.
Who is C minus? Because you tell
Dude.
you give a quick fucking what is it called? Biography? What is it called? Anyways,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
If you've ever seen or heard me DJ, you know who I'm about.
Okay, yeah, I know you're a DJ, dog.
So
Yeah.
that's the best I could ever describe it.
Yeah, he's about music.
That's the sport.
That's the best. Yeah, he ain't into sports. You don't
We're
fuck with the
being
sport.
100.
You don't fuck
Music
with the
is the
sports.
sport.
It's like music is the shit.
You've been fucking with C minus for many moons, dog.
Yeah, C minus. We've known each other for a long time. He used to DJ at Power 106 with Big Boy and the Baker Boys and all that. And we were on the beat doing the Soul Assassin show, and but we knew all the mutual friends. We were friends and stuff like that. So when we came to make this platform, he came and joined up with the BREALTV family. And we've been rocking ever since, but we knew each other, 20 some odd years?
Oh,
something
yeah, like
that.
25 years, like 95,
Yeah.
96.
And so
95.
Be Real is just like, so you've been rocking with him with this podcast shit for a minute, then, huh?
Like 10 years, over 10 years.
Hey, you know some legendary shit, dog, that happened on fucking Big Boy in the Morning is when you were on there,
Oh,
fool,
yeah.
and you got that fool, man.
Ah,
dog.
dude, the legend of it.
Hey, but he's like me.
Yeah,
He
that,
was just talking shit.
Well,
he
that
didn't
was-
mean to disrespect.
Well,
you know
no,
what I mean?
that was a fucking April Fool's prank we pulled right there with that one.
Yeah,
it?
yeah, that's.
Yeah, we had planned that whole shit out. He was like, "Hey man, let's you down to do a prank on the city?" I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. What do you want to do?" And at first he said, I need you, make fun of my mom or something because people know that I'm touchy about my mom. She just passed away. And
That
I'm
shit
like,
wasn't real?
Nah, fuck
Oh,
no. That's my dog
man.
right there. That's my dude right there.
You motherfuckers are ahead of your time, dog. You guys were clout chasing.
And I said, I can't do that. I don't want to, take a stab at moms. Like,
But I'll take it at your sister.
Let's you got another? What other relative? Can I sort of go at? And he was like, well, I got a sister. I said, okay, perfect. I'm gonna go at sister.
You left something
And then-
out, though. She was a handicapped sister, and that was fucked up on your behalf,
Well,
dog.
I didn't know that.
No, I just fucking did. Hey,
So-
can I get one more of these? Can we all get one more of these, dog?
Yeah,
Before we
sure.
end this bitch,
Sure,
dog?
sure,
Can we get
sure.
one more of these? Who does it?
Yeah, it's right there.
I'll get it.
That's
Oh,
right
my
there.
bad.
And so he was like, yeah, okay, go at my sister. And we figured, okay, I'm gonna say a couple things, and then we're just gonna trigger it, and then just let it be a spontaneous thing, right? So he said the trigger thing. I said the I said what I said as the second part of the trigger, and then we just started barking at each other.
You guys are fools for that, dog. 'Cause to this day, dog, I wish you'd not told me that
Oh,
story. Hey, you just fucked my shit up,
hey,
dog.
bro, both of us were getting calls like from all of our homies, like right after.
You guys good?
They were like, "Hey, you need us to come up there? What, what's up?" And then he's getting calls from his homie like, "Hey, you need to let him know you ain't alone. We coming up there right now. We're both fucking like telling people, no, man, we cool. This was like some April Fool's shit."
Yeah.
And we had to go on the air next day and be
I
like,
didn't hear that part, dog.
Yeah, we had
and
to-
mind you, this is the time when I was just lost in the crazy ass world, dog. You know what I mean? But that was a legendary thing that got passed around. People
Oh, yeah.
fucking heard. People talked about it. They talked about it in prison and shit, dog. I mean, what a crazy thing, dog. You know what I mean? You're out here fucking just being a fucking star. You got a star on the Hollywood Walk of motherfucking fame. Like, God damn it, my boy. You know what I mean? Cheers to that, doggy.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
bro.
That's fucking amazing,
Yeah.
dog. You know what I mean? But you have these dudes in prison, dog, that they just can't stop talking about you. I remember I met Lepke in 1995 in the LA County Jail. We were in East Max. I don't think he remembers it. I was a youngster back then, dog. You know what I mean? Lepke's a little older than me. But it was crazy because all the blacks, there was dudes from Grape Street Watts in there, dog. We're in East Max dorm, dog, and there's dudes from Grape Street Watts, there's dudes from just fucking all kinds of the rolling 60s, dog, bunch of fools, and they all knew him from the fucking Dub C. From the Dub C video.
Dub C,
when he did that fucking he was on there, he did that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they knew him from the Cypress Hill camp, dog, you know what I mean? And it was just a trip and shit. I was like, damn, this is a big dog right here.
And we go back with Dub C, many fucking years, when he was doing the Mad Circle, when he was in Low Profile. We go way back with him like that. If you look at the Real Estate video on the first Cypress Hill album, on the video, you see Dub C in that video.
Ain't nobody can sea-walk like Dub C, dog.
Oh,
Like, he got Mexicans trying to sea-walk like that, dog. Like that sea-walk right there, dog.
That's
is just
legendary,
like,
right
there.
Dog, I've seen fucking OT Genesis sea-walk. I've seen Snoop got a cool sea-walk, dog. You know what I mean? But ain't nobody motherfucking sea-walk like Dub C when he's just skipping across that stage, dog. Like Ice Cube know what it is. That's why he got him up there like that.
Yeah,
dog.
exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, for real. Dub C got the best one.
When he does the walk on stage, whatever part of the show, it's
bring
like
the shit down, dog.
dude, that energy level gets up and it's like through the roof. Dude.
Yeah, all of a sudden
his shit is legendary.
All of a sudden in the crowd, it's a line dance.
You're right.
Motherfuckers just like, God damn, I got this whole stadium walking. You know what I mean? Little kids
that's
getting
dope.
trampled, you know what I mean? The fat girls, you know? And shout out to the fat girls, you know what I mean? The tortas, you know what I mean? You're not supposed to tell them that shit, dog. You know what I mean? I learned the hard way, dog. You know what I mean? I learned a lot of hard ways, bro. And that sounds fucked up. You know? Yeah, clearly,
Some
right?
of us do, dog.
You know, but I catch it and I check myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like C-. All right, dog. We don't got to make the rest of this shit feel a little weird. Let's just put this shit out in the open. I'm always 100% blunt with people, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't fuck with you if I don't fuck with you. You know what I mean? I won't tell you that shit is good if it ain't good and shit. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the detriment to a personality like myself and shit, and that creates a lot of people that may dislike you and shit, dog. But I would just, the way I see it is, I would hope you tell me the same thing.
Right.
100.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. You my dude, man.
We having a good time. We chilling. Did you drink that shit, dog? Or what?
I'm drinking it right
Hey,
now.
hey, bro.
Papa.
Hey, you're like, fool, you can't be pressing me on my show like that. This is my show. I'm at the head of this motherfucking table. I love this table right here. But the bad thing about this table, it's not really wood. It's from IKEA. I can feel it right now, dog. You know what I mean? It's not even really wood. You think all the money you got, dog, you'd have a real wood table.
That's true.
No,
you
just
know,
fuck
but
with you,
you
dog.
know, it's just in case someone's got to go through it one day.
Yeah, that's true. Just about to bring that up.
It just went viral. Lucky Sun Tzu goes through the fucking IKEA table. He called it correct. It's not real wood.
That would be fucked up.
That would be badass, bro. We need an eject button, bro. We need an eject button in this bitch, dog. Bro, like straight up, dog. The new level of podcasting, dog, is to have the guest in a chair
On an
that you can
ejector chair.
eject the bitch, dog. You know what I mean? Or possibly like Jackass, with the fucking the boxing glove.
Oh man.
Yeah, bro, we need that, dog.
That's-
That's the next level.
slap
Who's gonna
one.
do it first, me or you, dog?
That's crazy, ice cold. Hey, however, man, that shit is crazy. Imagine that. I mean,
Imagine.
you see that shit happen to people on Wipeout. Like those big ass things come out and splash somebody real quick out of nowhere. Imagine someone sitting right there. Wrong answer. Bah!
Bro, I'm the dude
All
for
bad.
that, dog. And I would take no disrespect by it either, dog. I would
If the
come
glove
on,
just came
no,
out.
I would come on the show and I would make a side bet, dog. They'd be like, "Hey, what's up, homie? What you got, dog?" You know what I mean? We on the bleachers at the park and shit, dog. And we
That's
passing around
amazing.
papers and shit. 3 seconds, 2 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, dog. You know what I mean? I would place the bets, dog, and I would go to a show, dog, and see how fast I can go through the motherfucking wall, dog.
That would be fucking
Drywall
crazy.
lucky.
Hey, I wonder if anyone's ever went through that shit. Like, you know that you know the wipeout shit, right?
That's the old school shit,
I
dog.
wonder if anyone's ever went like shroomed out or you know,
That's a good
either on a
question.
tab
Fuck.
or shroomed out. Imagine that. What would your senses be feeling like
nope.
when you're tripping on your peak going through that bullshit?
Woo,
right?
nope. I'm okay.
That's a trip.
That would be a bad trip, dog.
That would be a bad trip. You're trying to
I mean,
figure
unless
it.
you
I
just
saw you
like
trying to wrap it around.
No, I was really thinking about it.
You
I
were
was
trying to
like,
wrap that around your head.
I
huh?
put myself in it, dog, and I was just like, you know what, that might not be feel good. 'Cause you got a crowd of people that ain't on your side, dog. They talking shit. Ooh, you know what I mean? Yeah.
No. And you got to
That
get
would
through
be
it.
That would be fucked up.
Too much pressure, dog. It's bad enough you're dealing with the head trip already, dog. You know what I mean? You know?
You just, oh.
Yeah, what's up with E-Zone, though, dog? E-Zone is quiet as fuck. That fool fell asleep like 3 times
That's
during
that
this podcast,
that's
dog.
that Buffalo Trace.
That Buffalo Trace got you, dog?
Nah, I'm chilling, man. I'm listening to you talk.
Well, let me shut the fuck up, dog. Shit. Hey.
Oh.
Yeah, shout out to E-Zone, dog. My bad.
Man. Extra fade.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good drink,
time.
though, man.
Yeah, it's a really good drink.
What do you usually drink, dog? You fuck with those crazy ass craft beers and shit. I
No,
don't
sometimes that Gentleman Jack right there, which Godfather and Muggs polished off like it was, you know, water.
Right.
But I got to tell you, this shit right here is nice. Like, I didn't know what to expect from it because I never seen that bottle, but that shit is good.
Yeah, I never seen it.
I fucks with that.
Absolutely, dog.
Bear would like that. GF.
He's probably gonna come drink the
He's
rest
like,
of
hey,
it.
what's this?
Godfather. How back do you go with the Godfather, dog?
Some years, man. I'm going to say about 18 years or so. Maybe like that. I met him through one of our homies, rest in peace, Big Worm, Freddie Lisk. He was he was a pretty gangster homie, you know what I'm saying? But he was like a biker at first. He stopped with the biking shit and started getting down with some hip hop. It was the craziest shit because he looks like an old Southern dude, you know what I'm saying? But he was hanging out with all the rappers, even the up and coming young rappers. He was putting us on the shit we didn't know about. And but before all that, he knew all the wrestlers. He knew like he knew Hogan. He knew Undertaker.
He's
He
a-
knew GF.
Yeah, he's a legend in the game,
And
Godfather,
yeah, so that dude introduced me to those guys, and more than anyone, I started hanging out with Godfather, you know, because we smoked weed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, man, he's gotten me into certain, you know, matches where I got to go see like a Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown and shit like that.
Cool.
Yeah,
How is that, dog? I mean, because you got a lot of dudes out in the crowd, dog, that, like, I mean, they're
crazy.
cheering on like it's really fucking happening.
Oh yeah, you know they love it because it's the theatrics.
The
You know what I
theatrics,
mean?
huh?
They're selling what they're doing heavy.
I've never been a fan of theatrics.
And it's these dudes really, you know, yeah, it's choreography, but like they're really taking those falls.
I mean, when they're jumping from that third fucking fourth rope
Yeah.
and shit, dog, like that
It's-
I get the theatrics. There's levels of theatrics and shit, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I get it and I respect it. You know what I mean? But I was just never a big fucking like gigantic wrestling fan, even though I did have some of the figures or whatnot. You know what I mean? As a kid. But it just didn't blow me away the way it blew some of the people around me away. You know what I mean? My peers or whatnot. You know?
Yeah, I mean, so you know, it wasn't for everybody. I grew up with that shit because my grandmother used to watch it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I
tight.
used to watch it with my grandmother, and she got me into that shit. And then wrestling evolved from that time, and from the time I used to watch with her. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know I'd, you know, get to know any of these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea that I would eventually become friends with someone like GF, who does that, who was, is a legend in that shit, Hall of Famer. As a fan of the shit, you don't expect that. But those dudes are really cool dudes. Big motherfuckers too, man.
Yeah.
They can drink like a motherfucker. Like,
They don't fuck around.
they don't fuck around. And,
That's crazy, dog.
yeah.
You know what I wanted to ask you too, dog, before we get up out of this mug and shit, dog? You know what I mean? I wanted just to ask you, dog, like, have you ever fucked with Adam 22, dog?
Yeah.
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 Have you done his podcast?
I did it. I think I did it
He's
once.
been on here.
Yeah, he's been here.
Yeah, he's been here.
Yeah. I don't
Definitely
know if
haven't
I've done
done
his
his.
yet.
Yeah.
I haven't done his yet, but he's definitely been here.
No, I've
Yeah.
been noticing he's been supporting a lot of the fellas and shit, like Esteban and fucking Bodachi. He's been putting on a few of the homies on lately and shit, which is dope because
Yeah.
it seemed like it.
Yeah.
The build of his podcast was from just having young
Fools, yeah.
young
Yeah.
fools on and shit, dog. I mean, how do you feel about the young generation of rappers and shit, dog?
It's like anything, right? Some of them are really dope, and some of them are boof. But I guess it's in a matter of opinion on who you think is good and who you think is boof, right? But I fucks with them, man. Because I remember a time when I was in their spot, and the generation before us, they either had to rock with us or pass the torch or try to keep it from us. And to the credit of the ones before us, they were always willing to pass it on and rock with us as opposed to keeping it all to themselves. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, our generation of hip hop artists, they didn't necessarily want to pass the torch on. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to keep it. But for me, I've always remained open because, again, I know when the OGs embraced us, they told people about us. They were like, yo, these motherfuckers are the new shit right here. Fuck with them. And I go by what my OGs taught me. They, if they were open to me, I got to be open to the motherfuckers right after me because they're the ones that are going to carry it on. So you can either help them make it better or, not be involved and let them make it trash. But in music, there's always a balance between, positive and negative music, good shit, and trash. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. And so, as far as motherfuckers that I fuck with, I try, to uplift as opposed to,
Who do you fuck with, dog? As a youngster, dog, that you fuck, just off the top of your head and shit. If you can think of somebody that you like, this dude is dope. He's gonna go long ways, dog. Who's somebody you fuck with, dog? Because for me, when I listen to music, it's hard for me not to listen to the my generation of music,
Yeah.
dog. But I don't ever want to not be aware of what's out there and what sounds good.
I mean, it's tough, man. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers out there, and you have to weed out which ones are the good ones, obviously, right? But there's an artist out in Vegas, Dizzy Wright. He's dope.
Yeah, I heard that dude on Shade 45, dog.
Yeah, he's good. He's one of my favorites right there.
That fool got lyrics and shit. I mean, what does it take, dog? I mean, do you have a lot of dudes, dog, that reach out to you and they're like, "Fuck, I need to get this track with the legend right here." You know what I mean? I mean, how hard is it to get you on a track, bro?
Well, they got to send it to me, and I got to like it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
You
And
gotta
if
hear
I
the content,
if I can fuck with it, then I'll send it to them. If I can't fuck with it, I'll just tell them I can't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? And all egos aside. But most of the time, motherfuckers will send me some fire shit, and I haven't, had to say no to some shit that I wouldn't get on, in a very long time. Because again, music, I would not get on anything that I would not fuck with. Because music is forever, man. That shit goes on, and you got to live with that.
Good. I mean, good music is forever.
Yeah, even shitty
bad
music.
Bad
music.
music.
Bad
Even
music's forever
shitty
too,
music.
dude.
Yeah,
They
you're
they
absolutely
make a
right.
list on shitty music every year, just
you
like
know,
they make a good.
I get reminded sometimes, dog, too, dog. Like, hey, look, remember this? And I'm just like, oh my God, dog. I said, homie, I was high, dog. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, my G. You know what I mean? Delete that shit from the motherfucking.
Nah, man.
The fucking internet wins every time, man.
Once it's on the internet, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, with the music and shit, dog. I mean, do you ever feel like putting someone else on, like you put Psycho Realm on, dog? I mean, I know you've done a couple projects with a couple people and shit, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like for me, it only comes along every now and then because I'm so fucking always on the road with this band, that band, with Cypress or myself. And if I can't be there to be a part of the process into some shit that, like, I'm investing time in and trying to, like, break it out, then I don't want, then I'm not going to be able to put 100% of my effort into it. And if it fails, it's on me because I didn't put 100%. So, like, if I can't take it on, I won't do it. So for a long time, we just been rocking on the road and doing all this other shit and creating these dispensaries. So I haven't really come across anyone who's, really sent me anything to, like, be put on, with the exception of Demrick. Demrick was someone, we looked at and was like, yo, my man got some shit over here.
What was that shit you did with it's Demrick and it's what's his name?
Serial Killers.
Yeah, Serial Killers, yeah, with Exhibit. Yeah, that shit's hard, dog.
Yeah, man.
That shit's hard as fuck. You got a song drop today and shit.
Yeah, that was for Cypress Hill. Damn, you brought that up. All right, because I forgot.
Yeah, you should probably talk about the new song.
I was supposed to be the one, but I totally forgot.
Yeah, you should let him know.
Yeah, this is off of an album Black Milk produced for us. It's this one's going out on that new MLB game coming out.
RBI 2021.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is just one of those songs, and it's called Champion Sound. Champion. We're the number one champion, man.
Black Milk on the beat.
I love it when you do the reggae sound and shit, dog, because you guys can rock that shit out. Shout out to fucking Sin Dog, for killing that fucking verse, dog. I woke up to that.
Yeah, he sounds really good on that shit, right?
Amazing.
What did I tell you? You asked me on the fucking show.
You remember that?
When I was there, and I said, hey, when you hear Sen on this next shit, you're going to be like, oh, okay.
Sen is polished, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He sounds amazing on it, dog.
He's the man.
The song is dope, dog.
Word up, man.
I love it. I love it how he did that little twist. Even had like almost like a little Jamaican twist, dog.
Yeah, right?
Slow, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that one little last part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was hard as fuck. I mean, what do we do nowadays? Cypress Hill, you know what I mean? Be real, you know what I mean? We just drop a single once in a while. I mean, I know it's a single game.
No, we
days,
got the
right?
album coming. It's going to
Okay.
be next year.
Next year.
My solo shit's coming in May with Scott Storch.
Woo!
And then we're going to splash him out with that Cypress shit.
You better
next
have a
year.
big bag of Coke for Scott.
Nah, big bag of weed these
Nah, I
days.
know, dog.
He's on that weed shit.
No,
now.
I know, bro. I know.
But I know.
I watched the story.
The story. Word up.
Damn,
man.
for real, right? That's a story.
Didn't he have like a Netflix special or something like that, or a documentary behind him? in
Behind
regards
the
to
music
that?
or some shit?
Losing all his money. To,
Yeah.
you know?
I think they're working on something new now. But yeah, I mean, hey, he's got an amazing story. He fucking rebounded, cleaned himself up, and
Yeah, he
he's
did.
back on his game like a motherfucker, smoking like a train.
That's good. That's the most best creative mindset to be at, right?
One
Smoking,
of the,
right?
Yeah, and one of the best who ever did it, man. You know.
Scott Storch.
Yeah, I can't wait for people to hear this shit because it's pretty dope, man. Hey, Lucky, I want to thank you for fucking joining us, man.
Absolutely.
We're gonna do this again.
Let's do it whenever you want, my G. I'm
Fuck
with it,
yeah.
dog. I'm with it, dog.
Now,
You know
no
what I mean?
bullshit. You already know because we already came through for each other on what we talked about.
Absolutely.
In the first place when we started our conversations, right?
Yeah.
So we gotta make it happen, man. Hell yeah.
I mean, it's an honor. It's a pleasure, dog, to post up with you gentlemen, dog. You know what I mean? You homies, dog. You know what I mean? And it's just this is something that some people might have on a bucket list. You know what I mean? I didn't know I had it on this list, but I guess I have it on the list, dog. And I just kicked that motherfucker off the fucking bucket, dog.
Hell yeah.
Just
Yeah.
very honored, a blessing, dog. Thank you so much, dog, for recognizing what I'm doing with Hood Stocks. If you guys ain't fuck with Hood Stocks, go to Hood Stocks, hit that subscribe button. Fuck with you, boy. We have a lot of raw talent. We have a lot of raw individuals with raw stories, dog. You know what I mean? And I'm looking forward to me and Be Real collaborating on this fucking podcast where we're gonna have people come on, you know what I mean, and shoot their shot.
That's right. See, mine is shout outs.
Yo, thanks everyone for joining me in the morning on Twitch. You can follow me at C-Fan4. Tonight I'll be on at 7 with the homie Jazzabella. I'll be playing a bunch of rock and alternative and stuff. So follow me there, as well as Twitter, IG, and of course the Discord that Raz Dude's gonna post.
Word up.
Make sure you guys go to flavorsbyezone.com. Everybody's order has been shipped out. Also, watch the last episode of the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast this Saturday, and the one with Mo from Craft Beer Kings, and tune in on Thursday. Also, this Saturday, I'll be at Patches and Pins Expo in Huntington Beach. I will be having the Flavors by E-Zone table. I'll let you guys know where I'm going to be at.
Mr. Oates.
SkinnyPablo.com. You go there, get all the new music. We got White Label 45s. Go follow Colton on Instagram. And also Make Beats 247, 247.com. We're making beats over there 24/7, laying it down, smoking the bong, doing all that. And roster.com, get the new merch. And that's it.
Word up. Make sure you check out all those Dr. Greenthumb dispensaries within California, Sacramento, San Francisco, Humboldt County, Los Angeles, Cathedral City, and the flagship Sylmar coming soon, San Diego. All right, we got the insane flavors in there. They're right here on the table. Insane Mac 11, Honeymoon, Christmas Lights, Ice Cream Cake, Insane OG. Make sure you check out those Dr. Greenthumb G-Pen collabs, the Rome, the Dash, the Connect, the Stundenglas. Am I forgetting something? No. Look. We want to thank you for taking part in today's broadcast. We know we had some technical difficulties and all that from yesterday and today. We apologize for that. We'll get it together. But you get it together, all right?
Yeah.
No booth. No smoking booth. No thinking like booth. No booth movements. It's a non-booth diet, all right?
Yes.
Stay in that positive lane. Stay with love. Love is the key. We'll see you tomorrow. 1.
This guy is a